postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Feet. 434 over the gas pump in left field and into home run alley for Price.
That was pummeled.
He may be number 0 on the back of his jersey, but he's number 1 in your heart. Wow.
Varsho going back to the warning track, slowing near the wall, leaps, and he caught it. Dalton Varsho takes one away from Brady House.
Not that deep. Moniak on the move. Here's the throw to the plate. It is on line. Out at the plate. What a throw to cut down for me.
And with a dive, it's Tavares. He's able to scoop it off the green. That is a catch.
Line drive up the middle. Nunez dives. Hops to his feet. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez.
Deep, and this one is gone.
Did he make that catch?
Way back, way gone.
He struck him out. And what a play. Plays the Jolly Roger.
It's a Paul Skeens night in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's game 2 of the 4-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Redlegs walk.
Tonight's game on the Pirates Radio Network is brought to you by Ford, the official truck of the Pirates. Highmark Health. Highmark is proud to support Pirates.
And you feel pretty good about your chances.
Now that definitely is a drive to.
Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pittsburgh Brewing Company. Pittsburgh Brewing, makers of Iron City and IC Light. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Pirates Baseball, also brought to you by AHN, official medical provider of the Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. Operating Engineers Local 66. Partner with them at IUOE66.org. Sheets, the official convenience store of the Pirates. Why the Sheets not? Get a snack after the game. And by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Tonight, game 2 of this 4-game series, the Pirates and the Reds from Cincinnati. And with tonight's starting lineups, here's KY.
Thank you, Joe. Tonight's lineups are brought to you by your neighborhood Ford stores. Leading off for the Pirates, Jake Mangum will be back at the top in center field. Brandon Lau will hit second at second base. Brian Reynolds will hit third in left field. Esmeralyn Valdez will hit fourth in right field. Ryan O'Hearn will hit fifth as the DH. Nick Gonzalez, in his career-high 14-game hitting streak, will be in that sixth hole at third base. Hitting seventh, Andy Rodriguez.
Early's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Belted right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow? I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Two-sided with 2 strikes. That ball was absolutely destroyed. What a 6th inning.
Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
IC Light. Iron City Beer and IC Light. Proudly Pittsburgh.
Hello, this is Mary at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
Hey, I dreamed I'd be ready for college way ahead of time.
And now you're way behind?
Yes, and I have no idea how I'll get it all done on time and in my budget.
Well, luckily, IKEA has everything you need to make it your space on your budget. And with everything ready to take away from our stores with Click and Collect, it's easier than ever.
That's convenient.
Exactly. Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however at IKEA.us. IKEA, dream the possibilities.
RingCentral will completely transform the way you work. It gives you built-in AI across all your business conversations. Your phone system has an AI receptionist that answers calls 24/7. Your video meetings have AI that takes notes instantly. Even your contact center has AI, so you can help customers faster. It all comes together in one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
We're getting underway in a few moments here from Cincinnati. The Pirates and the Reds here in Game 2 of this 4-game series. And tonight it is Paul Skeens starting for the Pirates. And you look at some of the numbers, he has not allowed a home run in any of his last 4 starts. He has great career numbers against the Reds and in this ballpark. He struck out 11, tying a career high his last time around. Yet, in July, his earned run average is over 5.5.
Well,
so how does it get to be all facets of Paul Skeens going forward for the rest of the season?
Well, I'm going to go back to what we said Paul Skeens does extremely well, and that's command the fastball. I think that's one of the biggest keys for him, especially in this ballpark. I mean, it's so, Dexter, you have to be able to stay ahead in the counts, limit the free walks. Paul Skeens has never been one to walk guys and give free passes. But more importantly, the more times he can pitch with 2 strikes and then stay ahead in counts, and more times he'll be able to finish off a lot of these Reds hitters. And that's why he's had so much success against these Reds. And so, and again, the Pirates struggling a little bit offensively, as of late. You like to have him go out, Paul Skeens, and pitch into the 7th inning.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
This is my 1994 Topps card. This is an action shot. I have no idea what I did this pitch, but it shows me, good form, head down, looking at the path of the ball swing, the bad front leg sort of straight. Yeah, I think that was a good at bat. I'm going to swear by it. I think I hit a home run this time.
The 10-time All-Star Chris Sale, he is having another fantastic season. And Sale starts his day off with a strikeout.
And not surprising at all here, the opportunity to get some chase with Fernando Tatis Jr. and that slider that is down, very typical for Chris Sale.
Wow. Great start for Sale. He got Tatis and Rengifo. He was way off balance there.
Feels like it'll be a day for hitters where they're going to try to be aggressive, but not always a good idea against Chris Sale.
Tatis breaks for the plate and then stops halfway down the third baseline. Sale unfazed, kicks and brings a 2-2, and he strikes out Machado. Showed him a really good slider to end the top of the second, but a lot more bullets fired that inning than Chris feels like he should have fired.
This would be strikeout number 9 for Sale. There it is.
And not surprising on that slider, back foot right down, perfectly located to get the swing over the top from Xander Bogaerts.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
In that 2-2 record, that high ERA that he has, I mean, he's just literally getting started, figuring out how to pitch a little deeper into games after coming off of that. And so the Pirates, the one thing they have to be able to do is drive up that pitch count, find a way to battle off those 2 strikes, find a way to get that pitch count up to where they want to and take advantage of that fastball when he has to throw it over the plate. And so I think that's going to be the recipe. You have Jake Mangum, who's always looking to draw out those long at-bats. And so the Pirates need a jump start. Nobody else to lead off this game other than Jake Mangum.
And he's about to stand in there. The Pirates clad in the traveling gray tops and bottoms here tonight as they play game 2 here in Cincinnati. The Pirates have been getting off to slow starts offensively. They did score a couple of runs off the Red starter, Rhett Lauder, last night, but only 3 runs in the last 4 games against the starting pitchers of their opponents. 3 runs total. So falling behind early, hard to come back from that. The Pirates have not led in a game since Monday.
Yeah, I think that's where those big bats really do some damage. It's so different to see this team this year because they are one swing away from a lot of times changing the scoreboard now. Well, legitimately, they never were in the past. But first things first, one pitch at a time, see if we can get some base runners out there and get off to a good start.
And Mangum standing in at 301. He has 300 plate appearances this year. That's 8th best in the league. First pitch of the ball game. And a bunt pulled back. It's taken down and in for ball 1. Underway at 6:11 here tonight. Underway an hour early tonight. Tell your friends. Here's the pitch. And just over the outer edge and missed. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Mangum with a couple of home runs, 21 RBIs. Same lineup for the Reds tonight as KY told you. So it's Suarez at third, not Hayes. He's playing in. Here's the pitch. Pulled back, and it's 3-0 on a fastball in. 98 miles an hour. Good zip from the 26-year-old. Grew up in Southern California. Green for the Reds delivers. And a high strike, and I think Mangum thought about challenging it, but, not the first batter of the game. So it's 3-1 now. That second pitch was a strike, but it was not challenged by Stevenson, who's been the best at challenging, most correct challenges by a catcher in baseball this year. Here's the 3-1 and back with another strike. So Mangum seeing a diet of fastballs here, 3-2. Green establishing the fastball early when you got a good one like he does. Not going to deviate too much from it. Pitch is swung on, foul tip, struck him out. Threw them all fastballs. That one at 100 miles an hour, and he struck out Mangum.
Yeah, Jake Mangum looking to get that pitch count up, even with that 3-1 count, choosing to take. And absolutely took that second strike, and then unfortunately just tipped that ball into the mitt of Stevenson for strike 3.
So 1 out, and the Reds in the field. It's Bleday in left, Myers in center, and Marte in right. Brandon Lau takes down and in for ball 1. Suarez at third, Ellie De La Cruz at short, Matt McLean. 94 consecutive errorless games at second base. Sal Stewart at first, and Tyler Stevenson again catching. 1-0 from Green. Lau guides the ball into right field, and Marte will let it just fall in front of him. And so it's an easy hit for Lau. No urgency whatsoever from the Reds right fielder.
Yeah, that ball hit off the end of the bat. When a guy like Brandon Lau comes to the plate, and obviously with the 23 home runs, I mean, that ball, when it swung at as an outfielder, your first step is to go back a lot of times. And again, you said it best, though. Marte had no sense of urgency once he misread the ball to come in and try to make a play.
So Lau is on, and that's a 6-game hitting streak now for Brandon. Here's Brian Reynolds swinging a ground ball right to second, and juggled by McLean. He'll go to short and get one out there. Reynolds beats out the back end. So I'm just mentioning how he hadn't made an error in so long, and right there, that was going to be a double play ball.
Yeah, gets away with extending this inning, and anytime you do that in a ballpark like this is so important because you don't want to give away outs, and that's a routine double play ball. You can't assume it was a double play, but as a big leaguer now, this Merlin Valdez comes up with an opportunity to change the scoreboard with a runner on.
Rookie with 14 home runs. He'll take a two-seam fastball inside for ball one. So Reynolds reaches on a fielder's choice. No, as you said, he can't assume a double play, so no error is assessed on McLean. But it does prolong the inning. Here's the pitch from Green. Down low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. First slider from Hunter Green. Pretty much fastball slider, sprinkle in some other stuff. Huge hole on the right side for Valdez. They'll set up away in the 2-0. Down low and away with another slider. 3 balls and no strikes. I'm seeing a lot of breaking and off-speed stuff.
You know, Joe, I was wondering at what point does Donnie Kelly give enough trust as Merlin Valdez to give him a green light? I mean, he shows a really good composure in the strike zone.
3-0 pitch. And he sees a strike. Fastball right down the middle. 3-1.
At some point, he will earn the trust of his manager.
That's a great observation on your part because of the at-bats that he has. Rarely chases, rarely does the situation get too big for him. Now 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Swung through 98 from Hunter Green.
Especially when you have a power pitcher like that. One of the things that as Merlin came up, they talked about, you know, his ability to catch up with a good fastball. Is that the case? And they didn't feel initially that he was, but he's shown everything possible since he's been here that he can hit a good fastball.
Slugging .875 off 97 plus. Reynolds runs, pitches ball 4 outside. So again, I'll repeat that. His slugging against at bats that end in 97 miles an hour or faster is .875. That's his slugging percentage.
That's special. That is very
Forgot
special.
to look to see if that leads the league. You know, he hasn't had a lot of at bats against that kind of velocity, but I would think it would lead the league.
It is a great sample size.
So he draws the walk, and now 2 are on for Ryan O'Hearn, the DH tonight. Inside for ball 1 to Ryan. .270 hitter, 17 home runs, 69 runs batted in. Pirates with an early opportunity with 2 on and 2 out. First inning here in Cincinnati. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer up first. Playing the line, Stewart. And he'll race to the bag, and he's late. It's an infield hit for Ryan O'Hearn. Green wasn't there to cover either. And so O'Hearn trying to get down the line as fast as that 33-year-old can, and he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, that was impressive because I was watching Stewart more than anything, and I thought that he did beat him to the bag. I was just disappointed, and then I looked and saw the safe sign, so I'm extremely happy. What happened is Hunter Green actually beat him to the bag. But unfortunately for the Reds, Stewart didn't toss the ball to Hunter Green.
And he didn't touch the bag either. Looking on the replay there. Because he was trying to avoid a collision with his pitcher. So 2 Reds miscues already in this first inning. Here's Nick Gonzalez batting with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle, base hit. Nick Gonzalez makes him pay. And Valdez, the trailing runner, coming home. He's in to score. A 2-out, 2-run single for Nick Gonzalez. The Pirates with an early lead in Cincinnati.
All he does is hit. Nick Gonzalez, once again, coming out with a big base hit with an RBI on the backside. Picked up 2 of them. Nothing better than doing this early when you take advantage of Hunter Green. Obviously a good pitcher. Got a 2-out. Couple of RBIs in that situation. It just deflates you as a pitcher and as a ball club early on, and you'd like to see that for these Pirates jumping out to an early lead.
When your opponent gives you 5 outs, you feel like you got to capitalize. The Pirates certainly have. Gonzalez with RBIs 48 and 49. He extends his hitting streak to 15 games.
That's just so impressive. It's so nice to watch Nick Gonzalez continue to do that into the second half of the season. Had a great first half of the season being a run producer. He just shows exactly what he goes about his business to do. Just go out and get hits.
Got a 100-mile-per-hour fastball and took it right back up the box. Here is Endy Rodriguez playing first base tonight. Takes down and in with a slider for ball one. Gonzalez, by the way, one of the top hitters at 97 plus in baseball. Adding to it right there. O'Hearn made it up to second. So first and second with 2 outs. 2-0 Pirates in the first inning. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike over the outer edge, 1-1. Pirates with their first lead since Monday.
Yeah, you can put a circle by that Ryan O'Hearn infield single just due to the hustle. That opened up this inning.
That's down low, 2 balls and a strike. And last night the Reds gave the Pirates many chances, going just 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. And the Pirates had not lost a game when their opponent did something like that since 1983. And tonight they're taking advantage of the Reds' miscues. Here's a tailing fly ball center field. Myers ranging to his right. He'll track it down for the final out. Pirates break through. 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand 2 through a half inning in Cincinnati. It's the Pirates 2 and Paul Skeens to the mound when we return on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
PNC Bank believes a consistent routine over time can take your money from average to elite. Just like in baseball, success comes from repetition.
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai cubs.
And these are Thai cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB.
The best, because it matters.
Paul Skeens is staked to a 2-0 lead. And right away, it's Ellie De La Cruz leading things off for Cincinnati. Sal Stewart and then J.J. Bleday. First pitch from Skeens is down and in for ball 1. First time the Pirates have scored in the first inning since July 11th, 20 days ago.
Yeah, you like to see Paul Skeens take advantage of those early 2 runs with a clean inning.
Delivers a strike with a fastball down and in the zone. 1-1. Ellie De La Cruz last night became the first Red in the modern era with 3 extra base hits and 2 steals in a game. That's since 1901. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Got to face a lefty 3 times and doubled every time he faced a left-handed pitcher.
I don't think any of those doubles hit the wall either. I don't think any of them did, which is it just shows you how quick Ellie De La Cruz is out of the box. From the right side, I might add.
Takes longer to get the first. 1-2 on a check swing. No on the appeal. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And De La Cruz, number 1 in all of baseball, best hitter against left-handed pitching. Something you circle undoubtedly. Against right-handed pitching, though, 749 OPS, a little above average. Facing the righty Skeens tonight. His 2-2, swinging a foul back. Fastball. So starting off with the heat almost exclusively, did throw a slider. Big righty on a 2-2. High and away, missing with the fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball's coming in between 95 and 97 here in the first inning. Goes back, picks up the rosin bag. Full count on the leadoff man, De La Cruz, who stole 2 bases last night.
Yeah, he single-handedly just did everything possible to win that game for the Reds last night.
3-2, swung out and fouled away. Fastball. Doesn't want to walk him as the leadoff man with that good speed. And one of baseball's top RBI men waiting on deck in Sal Stewart. Really, the top 2 guys in the order, those are the guys you circle here for the Reds. Everybody else. Here's the pitch, down and in, and he does walk him. Tried a 3-2 slider. Everybody else more along the lines of ordinary of some varying degree.
Yeah, when we tell you that these top 2 hitters are responsible for everything in the offensive category, it literally is. You name everything from OPS to stolen bases, average, hits. Sal Stewart now at the plate, he's another one of those guys. Keep those guys at bay, you have a chance.
Falling away off the mound, Skeens delivers a sweeper down low and away for ball 1. A little bit out of sync in that delivery. Stewart, 254, the rookie, 22 home runs, 80 RBIs. One of the highest rookie RBI totals that you'll ever see. There's a strike. He's on pace to have the most runs batted in by a Red, rookie or not, since the Cobra, Dave Parker, back in '85. That's where he's at right now. Here's a 1-1 from Skeens. Down low, 2-1.
Yeah, that was another slip right off the mound. I watched his front foot, that landing foot, is spinning out when it hits the ground for Paul Skeens coming down the mound. See if he can make some adjustments.
Sometimes you see that later in the game because the other pitchers dug a hole out or landing areas kind of roughed up. Usually not in the first. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball on 1 hop to short. And Gonzalez goes to Lau for 1, relay 2, a double play. 6-4-3. The Pirates turn 2 and erase the leadoff walk.
Yeah, you like to see that Paul Skeens can get that ground ball when he needs it, especially against right-hand hitters. I mean, it is a tough right-handed bat matchup for a lot of these hitters, and even though that ball was hit hard, nice job by Gonzalez taking a drop step and getting the nice easy toss to Brandon Lau to complete that easy double play.
Down and in fastball. Stewart grounding into a double play for the 10th time this season. Outside, ball 1 to Bleday. Every time that Stewart has faced Skeens, Skeens has gotten him out. 0 for 8 now. Bleday checking in at 228, left-handed batter, 18 home runs, swinging a foul back. Pull hitter, lots of fly balls. Skeens' lifetime against the Reds, 5-0 in his 7 starts, a 1.38 career ERA. A 1-1 pitch, just off the plate away. It's 2 balls and a strike. Fastball at 96, missing. Second lowest career ERA all time. Anyone that's made 7 or more starts against the Reds. And remember, the Reds have been around a long time. They've been around longer than ERA has. Swing and a miss. Out of fastball in 97 there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is where you want to see Paul Skeens finish those at bats. See so often with 2 strikes. See a hitter foul off a couple pitches with 2 strikes. And I want to get to that Paul Skeens part where he limits that pitch count. Either get contact, weak contact, or swing and miss.
2-2, just missed in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. When the Pirates score 2 runs or more for Skeens in the first inning, Skeens is 4-1 lifetime. And 3 of those wins have come against the Reds. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Thanks to Mason McPhee with Sport Radar, our statistician tonight. Giving us those fun facts. Nine balls, 9 strikes from Skeens in the first. Swing and a pop foul back and out of play. We'll step out 10 for the ID on the Pirates Radio Network. In the last few minutes, the wind is shifted to blow straight in from center field. The flags show us 3-2 again. And he missed inside. A second walk of the inning by Skeens. Aided by that double play ball prior, though. Skeens hasn't walked more than 2 in a start since May. The only time he walked 3 in a start all year. So 2 in the first inning. That's notable. Here is Tyler Stevenson. Has good career numbers against Skeens. He's 5 for 11 against him. The pitch, swing and a miss, guessed strike, and swatted at a sweeper that was well outside. Strike 1.
Yeah, non-competitive pitch right out the hand, and Stevenson must have been looking dead red fastball. He almost played it like it was a hit and run.
The pitch, back with a strike. The fastball, it's 0-2 on Stevenson, right-handed batting Reds catcher. He's at .251 with 8 home runs. Bleday on a walk. He's at first. 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled away. In Skeens' last start, Pete Crow Armstrong stole a base on him. Well, why is that notable? Well, no one had stolen a base off Skeens the entire season prior to that. Went the deepest in terms of batters faced into a season without allowing a steal by a Pirates pitcher since Steve Blass back in 1969. 0-2 pitch. Down low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he literally stole the base off of Paul Skeens. I mean,
he just took off early.
Yeah, he took off early. He was halfway to second base before Paul even was able to turn around.
24 pitches so far for Skeens. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball fair. It's extra bases into the left field corner. Around second, stumbling Bleday. He'll be waved around third. Ball just now coming out of the corner, and a run is in on the double by Stevenson. And the Reds get one back. It's 2-1 here in the first.
Boy, the Reds definitely got a break there. That ball ended up going down in that left field corner and stayed up underneath the padding. Just juggled around, so Brian Reynolds had to go in to retrieve the ball. And with Bleday stumbling around to second, thought for sure if that ball kicked out, at least he got second and third with 2 outs. But unfortunately, staying in that corner, Brian Reynolds had to go in to retrieve it, and that gave Bleday enough time to score.
Yeah, there's maybe a foot or a little less than that from the bottom of the padding to the ground. That's enough for the baseball to kind of stay wedged and even roll underneath there. Ball 1 inside to Nathaniel Lowe. So again, you know, when you look at Skeens trying to get through 6 innings, the Pirates again are 5-0 when he pitches 6 innings or more this year. That tells you 2 things. One, well, when he can do that, it gives you a better chance to win, of course. But he's only done it 5 times all year. This is the big horse, and you almost never see him give you even the 6 innings. And so right now, the pitch count already getting up there, 26 pitches.
Yeah, Henry Davis takes that opportunity to take a nice stroll out to the mound to slow things down because of that. And then, as we mentioned before, that's the part that you get concerned with Paul Skeens getting to 2 strikes but not being able to finish those hitters. And so again, J.J. Bleday is able to find a way to get on base with a 2-2 count, drawing that walk, and now it's turned into a run.
1-0 on Lowe. Takes a strike call on the inner edge. That looked more like a 2-seam fastball that time. 1-1 to the left-handed batter. He was at the bat when the game ended last night. Hit that bouncing ball up the middle off Gregory Soto. RBI fielder's choice won it for the Reds. Pitches another strike call on the inner edge. That one up to 98 from Skeens. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the last 2 pitches missing in, but called strikes. So Pirates are benefiting. Here's the next one. Swinging a foul back. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Lowe. 255 with a dozen home runs. 2-1 Pirates lead in the first inning.
And that's the thing that I'd look at more than anything. That fastball at 96 miles per hour with the tying run at second base.
Here's the pitch. Swinging the ball line sharply into right. A base hit around third. Stevenson And he's coming to the plate, and it's got cut off by Andy Rodriguez. That throw home probably would have gotten the runner out. Instead, the Pirates' first baseman, who's really a catcher playing first base tonight, cut the ball off, and now the run scores. It's tied at 2. I didn't think there's any way that ball was getting cut off.
No doubt. That was a great throw by Merlin Valdez. Just missed Brandon Lau jumping up and snagging the throw, but the throw was so strong. And you, again, with Stevenson not necessarily a good speedy base runner, you definitely had a shot. The ball was hit so hard to right field. Andy Rodriguez just not being prone to making good plays defensively at first base.
Rodriguez playing at first tonight. He's a catcher by trade. His second start at first base this year. Ball one inside to Eugenio Suarez. Well, both teams making some miscues in this first inning, leading to long frames. It's 2-2 in the first. A swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Skeens' pitch count at 32 and rising.
I think the biggest thing too, and I mean, it's no reason for Andy Rodriguez to cut that ball because Brandon Lau was jumping up to try to snag the line drive. So the second baseman was the one responsible for being in that backside that you can throw the ball to. So Andy had no one to throw the ball to first anyway.
Swing and a foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Eugenio Suarez. Valdez threw that ball at 91 miles an hour.
That throw was right on
target,
it was
too.
Right on line.
It was a nice low throw, too. That's why he could cut it.
It was a perfect hop for Henry Rodriguez if it would have. Just the one that got away.
Here's a 1-2 and a breaking ball up 2-2.
Well, if you thought coming in, you had a really good matchup, a couple of power pitching right-handers. Who would have thought the score would be 2-2?
It goes back to that walk of Bleday. 8-pitch at bat. Bleday able to draw that 2-out walk to extend the inning. 2-seamer misses in. That's a changeup, excuse me. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It is a 2-seam pitch.
Yeah, a ton of 3-ball counts for Paul Skeens this bottom of the first inning.
15 balls, 20 strikes from Skeens here in the first. That'll put Lowe in motion, and pitch swung through and missed. Suarez down on strikes. Skeens needs 36 pitches to amble through the first inning. We're through 1 from Cincinnati, tied at 2 on the Pirates Radio Network.
Paul Skeens is elite at catching batters looking.
He struck him out.
But recently, he got caught looking.
I was striking out on my search for a new vehicle, but then I checked out #1 Cochran.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Kirby will get a front row view of this. Want a juice box while you're down there, George?
The glasses, watch the glasses.
Yeah, don't break the glasses. Just putting on a poncho.
What is Robles doing?
You saw that too.
He's going to go warm up. What's he doing? So man in front with the hat. His hat caught the ball. Then he got it like it's my ball. Oh, we're good.
Battling the sun. He can't make the play. And it falls in. So whatever's going on in that sky, it's an equal opportunity offender.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game.
With 4 home runs, left-handed batter. Henry Davis and then Jake Mangum, 8, 9, and 1. Suarez, feet spread wide apart, playing on the cut of the grass at third. The pitch, low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez came over in a trade with Chicago earlier this month. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball at 99, 1-2.
Yeah, Hunter Green can still run it up there. Having those little bone chips removed from the elbow. Missing a lot of the first half of the season. That fastball still able to get up there.
Ball lofted to the left field corner. Blade playing the line. Now will come in on it with that wind blowing it in. They'll make the catch in foul territory. 1 out. That's the first ball I think that you really see what kind of effect the wind is having.
And the outfielders will let you know they're professionals for a reason. If they start staggering their feet a little bit and feeling a little uncomfortable, they'll let you know that wind is doing something a little different up there.
Here's Henry Davis. Always in the game when Skeens pitches. Hitting in 171. Shows a bunt and takes a strike. Yeah, Hunter Green, just 26 years old. He's actually 2 years older than Skeens. I still think of Green kind of as a younger pitcher, but been around now 5 years. And yeah, as you said, running up there pretty routinely at 99 tonight. Here's an 0-1. Swinging a ball lined into the left field corner. This ball will go foul. And now 2 strikes. Pulled the fastball foul.
Yeah, Henry has been taking some better swings. You see him, they still end up being more on that pull side. And, you know, I think more than anything, you'd like to see him just turn that corner. I mean, we mention it so often.
Here's the pitch. And a ball popped up back of short. Center fielder Myers will give way to the shortstop Ellie De La Cruz. Davis pops out to short. 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' second inning. A 2-2 tie, and Mangum will bat for a second time. And we invite you to come out on Saturday, August 8th with the Mets in town. It's a 6:40 game. The first 20,000 will take home a Josh Harrison t-shirt. And it's brought to you by Chick-fil-A Pittsburgh, as Jay Hay will be honored that weekend. He'll retire as a Pirate. You can get your tickets at pirates.com. Ball laced into the right field corner. This ball is going to go fair and gone just over the wall. Jake Mangum hooked the ball out of here right over the wall in the right field corner, and the Pirates retake the lead 3-2.
Wow, that was a line drive. And you're talking about a game of inches, Joe. Where that wall is going into the bullpen, if that ball's just hit 5 to 6 inches further right, it hits that padding and stays in the ballpark. But Jake Mangum with a nice line drive. He gets to put on that welder's hood.
That's a sheet shot. Took that down and in slider in the zone. And is able to just nestle it right over the short wall. And it's outside ball 1. And you described it perfectly, because there's a very short spot right underneath the foul pole where it's in fair territory, but the wall is higher. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. 1-1 on Brandon Lau, who struck his 23rd home run last night. So Mangum with his 3rd. Pirates leading 3-2 here in the second. 1-1 to Lau. Swinging a ground ball foul. Up the right side, 1-2.
Baseball is such a funny game. You come in here thinking, all right, you got 2 big-time right-handed power pitchers, pitching duel. All right, you got 5 runs scored in this game. We haven't even got to the bottom of the second inning.
There have been 8 outs. Here's a 1-2. Swinging a foul. Left side from Lau. Spoiling 99. Lau with the base hit his first time. Came into tonight hitting .304 in his career in July. Final day of the month. Fouled away. Pirates hoping to make it a winning July. They are 12-12 this month. They've had a winning July a couple of years ago. And then each season from 2011 to 2018 they had winning Julys before that. 8 years in a row. Swinging a foul back. This decade just once.
Yeah, you see with Hunter Green, I'm always curious to see when guys come back off the type of in-season surgery. They stay away from that split finger. A lot more fastballs and sliders. Only throwing that splitter 8% of the time.
Outside 2-2. Jared Jones has gone to fastball slider almost exclusively. He doesn't throw a split, but coming off the elbow surgery.
Right. I mean, you just find a way to command those two pitches.
2-2 down and in. Kicks up a plume of chalk. Dusty home plate area. 3-2. A lot of full counts tonight.
It has been. Both pitchers running up that pitch count.
On a night where the Pirates are coming off of a bullpen game yesterday. Swinging a miss and loud down on strikes. So a limited availability for a lot of the Bucs bullpenners tonight. So the Pirates grab the lead. Jake Mangum with his 3rd home run. Paul Skeens back to the mound in Cincinnati when we return here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Lighting.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding it.
And host the Mets at 6:40. Afterward, Zambelli Fireworks. The show brought to you by Ford. And you can get your tickets at pirates.com/fireworks. So Skeens given the lead again. Gave up 2 in the first. He had only allowed 6 runs total in his career against the Reds in 7 starts prior to that first inning. He'll deliver a strike to Dane Myers, Noelvi Marte, and then Matt McClain, the bottom of the order. Myers at 276 with 3 homers. Right-handed batter. 0-1 from Skeens. Back with another strike. That time a fastball on the inner edge. 0-2. Skeens exhausting 36 pitches in the first. Ahead 2 strikes. And his next one down low and away. Tried to get him to chase a slider.
Yeah, it's so important for him to have a quick inning. Just go with the fastballs as you work through this bottom third of the lineup. Fastball location. Pitch to some contact. Get back on track.
1-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Struck him out that time. That slider in or near the strike zone. And that tempted Myers to swing. Back-to-back strikeouts for Skeens. 1 out. And now Noelvi Marte. And the Pirates are bullpen, depending on how you look at it, maybe 3 or even 4 guys not available, I would think, tonight. And so you're looking at more of a Dotel, Antoine Kelly, Marinaccio, and maybe Montgomery, and maybe Soto. Kind of evening tonight. Down low, ball 1. Soto 3 out of 4.
Yeah, I think Soto's down.
I would think so.
Yeah, you don't have a lot to work with, and that's why it's so important for Paul Skeens to right the ship.
Tapped foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 feels like the minimum you need from him tonight.
Yes, getting off to that slow start the first couple innings with that high pitch count in that first. That does a lot. So now, like we said before, that bottom third of the lineup, you like to shoot through this. Minimal pitches if possible.
1-1 is chopped on the ground fair right up the third base line, and it'll go into the left field corner. Extra bases for Marte. That still gets stuck in that left field corner, and Reynolds now retrieves it. It's a double for Marte, his first career hit off Skeens in 8 at-bats. Second extra base hit for the Reds tonight.
Yeah, another unfortunate thing for the Pirates and Paul Skeens. Extra base hit. Now you hit that bottom of that order with McLean in that 9 hole, and you have to face Ellie De La Cruz to turn over the lineup who's sitting on deck.
Skeens' ERA in July is .590. This is his 6th July start. Matt McLean at .191. 8 home runs. Yeah, there's a pitch in for a strike. Big breaking ball. McLean just a .143 hitter with runners in scoring position. 3-2 the Pirates lead. Staked Skeens to a 2-0 lead, and then Mangum with a home run in the top of this second inning. Swinging a foul back, and now 2 strikes.
Yeah, another 2-strike count. Earlier, you got ahead of the count early, and let's see if Paul Skeens can put away Matt McLean.
Again, a .191 hitter. Number 9 hitter in this Reds lineup. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Reds have the lowest batting average in baseball. They have the lowest batting average with runners in scoring position, and the lowest batting average against right-handed pitching. One of the poorest scoring teams. Still ahead, 2 strikes here with 1 out and the pitch. Swinging to tap foul again, trying to down and away slider. And McLean got a piece of it. Skeens averages the 3rd most pitches per plate appearance of any pitcher. Throws a fastball by him and gets his 3rd strikeout. Now 2 gone in the Reds' second inning.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout there. You like to finish off McLean, and now the left-handed switch hitter from that left side, Ellie De La Cruz. Let's see how Henry Davis and Paul Skeens attack him with a runner in scoring position.
De La Cruz walked his first time, and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Challenging him with the fastball. You know, even though there's been a lot made of the diminished velocity, and that can have an effect. In Skeens' case, I don't think, you don't see a lot more success by hitters off his fastball, I don't think.
I agree.
0-1 is swung on, hit high in the air to left field, but playable for Reynolds. And he'll grab it for the final out. So popping up on the fastball. So a double, but left on, and the Pirates maintain the lead 3-2 through 2 from Cincinnati, right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union number 3 isn't just a job.
Petty is ready. Here it comes. And it's hit a ton. Deep right center field, and it is gone. Halfway up the seats in right center. Manzardo's 13th homer tops on the club. His 2nd home run in the last 2 ball days. And the Guardians lead it 5-1. And Manzardo got all of that. A towering blast. Halfway up the seats in right center.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com. The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I am still in shock. I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I've never seen it on the big league level. Never seen it in my 22 years where the opposing ball club comes out to help the grounds crew.
They're getting drenched.
Reynolds will lead it off. Ace Marilyn Valdez and then Ryan O'Hearn. Facing Hunter Green. And the first pitch from the righty. Down and in for ball one with a slider.
Yeah, Brian Reynolds has had some career success against Hunter Green. He came in hitting .313 as a career versus Green.
1-0, down and in 2-0. Reynolds usually isn't stymied by the hard throwers.
No, he can catch a good fastball anytime with that barrel.
In a hitter's count, Stevenson sets up away. The pitch. Swinging a ball lined over second and in to right, a base hit. Brian Reynolds turns around 98 for a leadoff single.
Yeah, right on key, Brian Reynolds. A good fastball. He can swing it.
So he's on in front of Valdez, who drew a walk back in the first. Both he and Reynolds scored on the Gonzalez hit. Mangum with a home run, accounting for the Pirates' third run. Up and in, ball one. Valdez seeing less and less strikes, and even more notably, less fastball strikes over the last couple of weeks. His production's down, but he's getting on base a lot still with the walks. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I think you're going to have those type of moments where, like you said, like the production's down, and it's down for exactly that reason, as you mentioned, because teams now are aware we don't want to make mistakes against this young rookie because he makes you pay for him. And so you don't get those opportunities. Now the next step of his progression as a hitter is understanding that and not wanting to expand the zone and start chasing more often because you get a little frustrated and maybe teams not pitching to you as often and getting good pitches to hit. So he's definitely shown that ability to make that in-game adjustment.
Here's the pitch to him, and the rookie is swinging a miss there. And an away fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's one of those rare two-seam fastballs from Hunter Green. He hasn't thrown that pitch a lot since returning from that IL stint this month, but 97 on that two-seam fastball.
The pitch. Delayed strike 3 call, and Valdez will immediately challenge this. Dan Bellino, the crew chief, working tonight.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
And so this would keep Valdez at the bat if it's overturned.
Pitch is a ball. Pittsburgh retains its challenge.
Yeah, Joe, something like that just tells you a lot about him because the rest of the umpires are on point. They have to realize this is a rookie, but he has a good idea of the strike zone.
The slider ran off the plate. 2-2, and it could not hold up on a high fastball. And he's down on strikes, 1 out. And Valdez trying to talk things through with Bellino. I was looking down at the appeal. Did he try to challenge it?
Well, he put his hand on his helmet, and then with umpires, they took that as an insult, obviously. And Bellino mentioned in, hey, you can't do that. And that's Merlin, obviously. It's like, look, my apologies. That's not what I wanted.
First one was down low for ball 1. He probably didn't think that he swung at it.
Yes,
thinking it was a called strike.
Yes, and that's all it is. Dan Bellino is the crew chief behind the plate. Just having a nice little talk with the youngster.
1-0 on Ryan O'Hearn in the pitch. Inside, missing 2-0. Reynolds at first with 1 away. Pirates on top 3-2 in the third.
Yeah, I do disagree with the check swing on that call, though. I'll be the first to say that.
First at this level, maybe some down there have said it. Down low 3-0 on a slider, missing to O'Hearn, who had a hustle single his first time up and prolonged the inning and set up that 2-run single by Nick Gonzalez, who is waiting on deck.
Well, rest assured, Ryan O'Hearn is a veteran. He does have a green light.
3-0 coming, and he does swing and miss on a 3-0 fastball. 3-1.
Yeah, and what I like about that aggression is that he was actually early on the 3-0 fastball. So many times guys, they get that count and they try to do extra and end up being late, taking bat swings.
3-1 coming. And ball 4 in the dirt. Trying to 3-1 slider. Bounced it up there. That's the second base on balls issued by Green. 2 on with 1 out. Gonzalez, who's driven in 2. He's coming up. And we'll pause 10 for the ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Hunter Green working with first and second and 1 out for Gonzalez. 2-run single his first time up. Takes up high, ball 1. Thanks to all our affiliates that carry Pirates baseball, including WJAW 630 AM in Marietta, Ohio. 1-0 on Gonzalez. Green delivers. Swinging a foul right back.
Oh, man.
He's on that fastball.
Oh, boy, was he. Yeah, I think this is when you have a guy like Nick Gonzalez at the plate. Sure, Hunter Green and Stevenson will work on allowing him to see something different, because Nick Gonzalez is all over this fastball for Hunter Green.
Gonzalez hitting .390 in July. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled off the slider down and away. 1-2. Gonzalez having the 3rd highest July batting average of any Pirate with 100 at bats, trailing only Roberto Clemente in 1961 and Tony Womack back in '98.
Is he leading all of baseball in the month
Yes.
of July? Okay, I thought that was the case.
39 out of 100. Be the first Pirate to lead baseball and swinging a foul back in batting average in a given month since O'Neill Cruz led all of baseball in batting average in August of '24. It'll be good to have Cruz back in August of '26.
I would agree.
Boy, they miss that production.
Oh, big time.
As good as they've been. Swing, fly ball, deep left center field. Bleday and Myers back on it. It's Bleday against the track and against the wall almost to make the catch. He was way out there to the left of center to haul that ball in, and the runners retreat. 2 outs.
And that ball was hit on the screws, and the wind did play a factor in that ball. The inning before, the ball that Brian Reynolds caught, the ball gets up, gets knocked down out there in left center field, and that ball was crushed by Nick Gonzalez. That ball came off the bat. I thought for sure that was going to be a home run.
And that's right at the part of the wall where it drops in height. Spinning to look towards second, and making it all the more likely that Gonzalez would have hit one out of here. But instead, 2 outs. The wall goes from 12 feet to 8 feet there. It's a home run in 4 ballparks, according to StatCast. Swinging a ground ball right to second. McLean has it, and on to first for the final out. So the Pirates threaten but do not score. 1 hit and 2 left. They've left on 4 through 3, but lead 3-2 in Cincinnati on the Pirates Radio Network. Presented by.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Into center, Phil coming on, dives ahead. He makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there.
Jun-Hoo Lee makes the catch. He's all over the place this afternoon.
The lead off the 5th. Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch. Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short,
And a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod. Great play, Kreidler. The pick, the pop, throws him out with a scoop and saved by Lewis. Right field, Suzuki back. And Seiya makes the catch.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We're ground into a double play back in the first. Can't do that here. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. You can ground into a leadoff double play now in extra innings. I don't know if it's been done.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, I guess you could, huh? You have to.
Be a weird one, but
yeah, that is true. Not if you're the second hitter.
Swinging a ball lofted to right. Valdez resides there, and he'll take care of that. One out. Skeens a 14-pitch second inning, recovering from that 36-pitch sojourn in the first. So working pretty quickly to Stewart. And now it's Bleday who drew an 8-pitch walk in that first inning. Tracked down that ball by Gonzalez last inning. Looked like it might be ticketed for 2.
Oh boy.
Bleday hits one very deep to right field. He'll admire this one. And the Titusville native ties the game for Cincinnati. 3-3. Bleday homering off Paul Skeens.
Well, you make a nice play the top half of the inning to rob the Pirates from scoring some runs. And you get these Reds right back in. Tie up this ball game with a solo home run yourself. J.J. Bleday, that ball right off the bat, he knew it. Took a while to get started on that jog to first base.
Belt high middle and crushed 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Bleday with his 19th home run. First home run allowed by Skeens since July 1st. And there's a strike. So even though that ERA in July is up, that's only the 3rd home run he's allowed, and again the first in 30 days. So he's been keeping the ball in the ballpark, which he's usually pretty good at. A 1 down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Stevenson in a run-scoring double back in the first. So the Reds with an extra base hit in every inning so far.
I was sitting there looking at the monitor, and J.J. Bleday after he got in the dugout. I'll wait till after this pitch.
1-1 is pop foul out of the play.
But he had those thumb guards. You know those thumb guards that they use all the time? Where when he was taking off his back gloves, he took off his thumb guard and put it in his mouth. So I'm just thinking of all the hands that you've touched, the batting gloves and everything else, and you take that thumb guard off and you put it in your mouth. Yuck.
Baseball is not a sanitary game.
It's one thing when you do it to yourself.
Here's a 1-2 coming. And it's over a bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We don't even have the sanitary socks anymore.
This is true. We have sanitary gel, though.
Here's the pitch. Bounces up there. Count full 3-2 of the ball after it deflected off Davis's glove. Hopping in there, it fell right on top of Stevenson's helmet, which enacted the ABS challenge.
That would have been funny, actually.
They all have a sensor up there, right? Isn't that why they tap? 3-2 from Skeens. A swing and a pop foul. First base side. Endy Rodriguez, so athletic over there at first, gives it a look. That cannot make the play. Got that cool looking glove there tonight. I didn't notice that till just now. It's a magenta and turquoise, or aqua maybe.
Yeah, the one ball that he caught with it, I wish he wouldn't have. That was that good throw from this Merlin Valdez going home.
Another 3-2 from Skeens, and he walked him up and in. Just the second time this year he's walked 3 in a game. So a 1-out man on in front of Nathaniel Lowe, who had an RBI single back in the first inning. 3-3 game. Reds batting in the third. Sunday, August 9th, the Mets come to town. It's a 1:35 game, and kids 14 and younger take home a Pirates puzzle. That's fun for the whole family. And it's presented by Clean Express Auto Wash. Get your tickets at pirates.com. And a half swing. Think you went. Yep. Low is down a strike.
You know, Joe, the one thing that you did not want from this Paul Skeens start is exactly what we're getting right now. Is just a high pitch count in a 4-game series against these Reds. I mean, it's so important in a 4-game series that you can protect that bullpen as much as you can. And when you start with that bullpen game,
swinging a foul back,
that makes it really, really tough. In the second game of the series, you end up with your starting pitching having to be challenged if he can go 5.
Yeah, and Skeens with the lifetime numbers against the Reds, he had allowed 6 total runs. And so far 3 tonight. That was in 7 previous starts. Swinging a high pop-up back behind home plate. That wind is pushing it into the seats. And that ball is in the second row. Normally that would have stayed in play. I think it would probably be in the dirt circle and maybe even in fair territory, but the wind pushing it way back. So that allows Lowe to have new life. Still down 2 strikes.
Yeah, another 2-strike count for Paul Skeens.
Standing at 63 pitches here with 1 out in the 3rd inning. And it ball down and in, trying to change up and miss down and in with it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-3 ball game. Reds have Stevenson out at first with 1 out. The pitch is over but low. Too low. Skeens' ERA in July is 6.
Yeah, unfortunately,
6 starts.
In climbing, you'd like to get that back down.
Fouled back. And I pointed that out earlier today. It just, I didn't think we'd see a stretch like this from Skeens. Everyone has a clunker. Everyone has a bad start. And he's had some really good ones in July, too. But this is 3 out of the 6 now where, unless he really, gets it together here, it's going to be another shortened start and may not leave with the lead. Fouled back. So, he's so good those first 2 seasons. Pirates, a lot of nights it didn't score for him. And now this year the Pirates are 9-13 when Skeens starts. Sometimes it's Skeens, sometimes it's the offense. Sometimes it's just a tight ball game.
And it goes back to the inconsistencies.
And it comes back to strike him out. Got that past him at 96.
Yeah, that's a good time to get a power hitting guy like Lowe. I mean, but you said it, Joe. It's the inconsistencies, and that's been the thing that surrounded the Pirates, this season. I mean, the one thing that's been somewhat consistent is that they've been offensively capable of doing good things at the plate. But
there's Suarez up high, ball 1.
The pitching has been inconsistent. Paul Skeens and some of it, again, the starting pitching hasn't been as consistent as the years past.
Yeah, it's not just
as a whole. It's just, and that's what's been, the tough part about watching the ball club kind of go through these struggles at 55 and 55.
Bounced foul. Yeah, if you had this offense last year, the Pirates allowed less than 4 runs per game. If you combine this offense with the way that they pitched last year, and you got a World Series winner, in my opinion, or darn close to it.
You definitely have a playoff contender and even possibly an NL Central winner, right? I mean, they have
division winner. I'll say that. Yeah, yes. You never know what's going to happen in the postseason.
Right.
1-1 to count, and the pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2 on Suarez.
Yeah, and that's what makes it tough more than anything is that you go into the offseason, what do you need to address? And you did address that thinking what you had.
Oh, no doubt.
Was good to go. And now it's just been really tough to watch the pitching go through the ups and downs this season.
Skeens had 1-2 in the pitch. Outside 2-2. Yeah, every sensible Pirate fan would think, all right, yeah, maybe add a couple bullpen arms, and they did over the winter, and then but the rotation set in stone. Good young pitching, and they might still be at their best here the final 2 months of the season coming up. Just missed, and it's 3-2. So
and that was with getting rid of some pitching. You know, you think
Good
about
point. Right.
You know, the
Burrows
Priesters and Oviedo
yeah.
and Burrows. I mean, you got rid of some pitching over the course of last year. Even Kyle Nicholas. I mean, it was a lot of guys that were on that staff.
Holderman and a ball 4. And so he was ahead 0-2 on Lowe and took him 8 pitches to walk him, or to strike him out, excuse me. And then here ahead 1-2 on Suarez, and he walks him. Season high 4th walk. So, you know, a lot has been made of the velocity being down with Skeens. But again, as I said a minute ago, I think the fastball still plays in the zone at that velocity, but the command is not quite as good as it has been in the first 2 seasons,
right,
I think.
Right. The command, and then, like you said, the ability to not be able to finish those 2 strike at bats. I mean, that to me that's the flag that I look at more than anything. So it just continues to get those foul balls and drive up that pitch count.
Here is Dane Myers, and it's outside ball 1. So you got a reigning Cy Young Award winner. He's the ace of your staff. We got a challenge here.
Previous pitch is a ball. The catcher has challenged.
So Davis trying to get a strike for Skeens.
Pitch is a ball. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
And I like the challenge for Henry Davis there. I mean, for 2 reasons. One, I mean, again, another inning that's been stretched out a little bit. It gives your pitcher a blow, if nothing else. You have first and second here in a 3-3 ball game. Really needs to focus.
Swinging a bouncer, ticking off Skeens' glove to the back of the mound, and Myers will be safe. On a low, the base is full of Reds. More to hit to Myers.
Yeah, Paul Skeens immediately after retrieving that ball, Brandon Lau was right next to it. And he looked at Brandon, tapped him on the shoulder. I'm sure he said, "My bad," because that was not a ball that Paul Skeens should have tried to get. And that's why now when you have those right-handed hitters, the second baseman is literally almost right behind second base. It would have been an easy play for Brandon Lau to get the force out at second.
Base is full now in a 3-3 game, and a strike to Noelvi Marte, who doubled off Skeens last inning. Skeens had 77 pitches. We're in the 3rd inning.
This is where you have to be careful. Noelvi Marte is a bad ball swinger. He has some pop in his bat.
Swing and a foul. And Skeens is ahead 2 strikes. So right now, by looks of the pitch count, you know, you're hoping if he gets Marte right here, you might be able to get through 5 tonight. Maybe.
That's going to be close.
And that's going to be close. I mean, it's been a Reds team that has extracted a lot of pitches tonight.
There's another 0-2 count, Joe. He has not worked behind very often.
Bases loaded, 2 outs for Cincinnati. Tie game in the 3rd. The pitch from Skeens. Left it up. 95 on the fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, tried to get that chase up above the zone, but went way above the zone on that one.
Blade with a home run to tie it. 2 walks and a single ticking off Skeens' glove here in this inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul right back.
Noelvi Marte, he can be aggressive, and he's a bad ball hitter, even with the fastball. He finds a way to be on time with the fastball.
Hitting 114 with runners in scoring position. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the sweeper. And the inning ends. The Reds strand the bases loaded, but they get a run on the Blade home run. We're through 3 from Cincinnati. It's the Pirates 3 and the Reds 3 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Looking for extra power?
Coppers.
Need someone to bring the heat?
Coppers.
How about calling up the right player at the right time? When it comes...
There's Acuna. He lined out sharp to the left.
There's a fly ball to deep right center. Cruz going to the wall. Cruz in pursuit. He runs out of room. That's off the back wall of the bullpen. Home run by Ronald Acuna. He just knocked the dust off that thing. And for Ronald, it is his 8th homer of the year. And the Braves are on the board. It's now a 3-1 game. 421 feet. That is great to see. Coming back from the IL and down for so long with that hamstring.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good
She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Advancing fly ball by Betts gets the go-ahead run to third with 1 out. Fly ball out to right. Benj getting in front of it. Freeman tagging. Here comes Freeman. Here comes the throw by Benj on a hop, and Freeman is out at the plate. Second outfield assist of the night for Carson Benj. Perfect one-hop strike to Alvarez, who got the tag down on Freeman. He didn't get his first shot at throwing out Freeman, but he took advantage of his second.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Special ticket package at pirates.com/backyardbaseball. That's coming up on Saturday, August 8th. And the first one is down low, ball 1 to Jacob Gonzalez. He fouled out to left his only time. Hunter Green starting the inning at 58 pitches. Henry Davis on deck, and then it's Jake Mangum who's homered tonight. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pirates have had a couple of different leads. They were up 2-0 after a half inning, and then Mangum gave him the lead back. Knotted at 3 now. Swinging a foul back, 1-2. A lot of tight ball games for the Bucks in this second half. I guess that's just how it goes when you're in the thick of things. Extra inning games, 1-run games, walk-offs. Ball blasted right down the right field line. This ball is foul. Plenty of distance. But fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shot off of Jacob Gonzalez's bat. Just that quick swing on an inside slider. I think that's outside now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a split from Hunter Green. Check that ball for some yellow paint. 2-2 coming. Down and in, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count. Hunter Green has walked 2. 3-3 through 3 in Cincinnati. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez pokes his bat out and spoils a fastball to stay alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Former first rounder with the White Sox. Pirates picking him up in a trade earlier this month. 3-2, swinging a bouncer on 2 hops to second. McClain has to back up to get the hop in and throws him out at first, 1 away. So the trade deadline coming up on Monday. And the big move, I guess, yesterday, or the only real significant move, was the Twins getting better. They came in at 55 and 55 going into play today. They get A.J. Minter, the fine left-hander from the Mets.
Yeah, that was a big pickup for the Twins. I mean, obviously, being a couple games back there in the AL Central.
There's a strike to Henry Davis.
I feel like that is an opportunity, and that's the difference between some of the divisions. They are way closer than you would think. The AL West is very similar in that situation out there.
0-1. Yeah, it's up high, 1-1. Part of the reason why, there's 12 teams that qualify for the postseason now. It's more than ever in the last few years. And then all the teams that are like the Pirates on the outside looking in, but very much in the race. As this ball's bounced to third, Suarez comes to get it. And the toss across gets Davis for the second out. Well, you can count 20, 21 teams or more that legitimately are in it. So then how many sellers do you have? You have so many fewer sellers now. That they'll try to get the most they can.
True.
And usually that comes right at the deadline or darn close to it.
Yeah, it's so true. And we were talking earlier about you have 7 teams in the NL alone that are just fighting for that wild card spot.
Mangum hits it high in the air to center. Myers back a few steps, shy of the track, and he'll take care of it for the out. And the Pirates go 1-2-3 for the first time today. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We're still tied at 3 here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Time is called. There is a black cat on the field on the third base side.
Remember the guy that picked up that one cat a couple of years ago? He got bit.
Don't do it, Kevin. Don't do it.
What a pair of hands he's got. Here's the play of the game right here. Elster with those great hands, and he puts that glove hand out there without a glove. Makes the play.
Line drive down the right field line. It's going to drop and score 2. Keith is home. Green right behind him. Torque over to third. Throw to second. Not in time. Kevin McGonigal, first major league at bat, is a 2-run double, and the Tigers take a 3-0 lead in the first.
Welcome to the big leagues, Kevin McGonigal.
6th pitch of the at bat. Down the right field line in the corner. Off the top of the wall. Another extra base hit for McGonigal. Throw to second. Not in time. First 2 major league at bats. 2 doubles for Kevin McGonigal. How about Kevin McGonigal?
Boy, showing how quick he is on those inside pitches.
He's already at 60 in the 3rd. Works the count even. Cues it off the end of the bat. That's going to be a tough play for Bogaerts, and not in time.
I don't know if it's surprised is the right word, because McGonigal runs well, but he gets down that line really quick.
2-run double.
Or older, please play responsibly. 3-3 tie. Paul Skeens delivers a sweeper, and Matt McLean could not hold up. He's down a strike. Then it's Ellie De La Cruz and Sal Stewart for the Reds in this tie game. Skeens starts the 4th at 81 pitches. He's walked a season high 4. The pitch bunted in the air toward third. Gonzalez fields on a hop, throw, and got him. A good play by Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah, really bad bunt by McLean. He had a lot of room just to get the ball down and ended up bunting a 1-hopper. Nick Gonzalez was playing really deep. All he had to do was get that ball early bounce down in the direction of third base, and he had an easy single. Nick Gonzalez made a nice play on that 1-hop, just throwing on the run to record that first out.
So De La Cruz in the pitch. And a curveball low for ball 1. He has walked and flat out today. And then Stewart on deck. The Reds have an extra base hit in every inning. Here's a 1-0 and a swing and a miss out in front of the Splinker. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that pitch get put back in the arsenal as we get into that 3rd time around the lineup.
Opponents hit 327 off Skeens the 3rd and 4th time through. If he gets to a 4th time, there's a strike. Pitchers rarely even see hitters a 4th time through the order now.
And that's another thing. I mean, you think about Paul Skeens, the time that even in his career throughout college, and
swinging a ball line to the right center field gap, and a diving attempt by Mangum. He can't get it, and that just allows De La Cruz to get off to the races. And with 1 out to get to 3rd instead of keeping him to a double there, that's an important advancement for Cincinnati. Another extra base hit.
Now you can't harm Jake Mangum for going after the ball. It's just so often that when he dives for the ball, he's actually coming up empty, and it's not because the ball is out of range. A lot of these balls are going under the glove or above the glove.
I didn't see that, KY. You're right.
I mean,
it was within
right
his
there.
reach. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's just when he's diving, and for whatever reason, he cannot get the ball in his glove.
Looked like it went under maybe his wrist or just under the glove. Yeah. So within his grasp. So the decision to dive Made sense looking at the replay. Thanks for pointing that out, KY. Your expert eyes. Infield will play up in this tie game. Reds have not led today. Here's Sal Stewart, one of the top RBI men in baseball. He launches one out to deep center field. And Cincinnati's beating up on Paul Skeens, 5-3. Long home run to center for Sal Stewart. It's just sad. It's sad to see the reigning Cy Young Award winner getting beaten up like this. And it's not too uncommon anymore.
Sal Stewart, he's been doing it all season long, as you said. Just continue to drive in runs, and he took that Paul Skeens pitch out over the plate, and he deposited immediately off the bat. It looked like another hanging, spinning secondary pitch. It looked like he wanted to go with the sweeper or a slider. Left it right down the middle of the plate. And Sal Stewart geared up for the fastball. And anytime you elevate an off-speed pitch, that usually does not work out well for a pitcher.
Fouled away, and I would imagine the Pirates will have to get the bullpen up now. But Skeens hit 89 pitches, giving up 5 runs in 3 1/3. Here's the pitch, and it's down low, 1-1. Skeens' ERA in July is 6.39. Antoine Kelly is going to try to put out the fire for Skeens. He's getting up in the bullpen. Who would have thought of that? Down and in, 2 balls at a strike. Pirates going with that bullpen game yesterday, exhausting their bullpen in hopes of giving their starters an extra day of rest so that they would be more effective. And it's not working out for Skeens. Cubs beat him 11-0 in his last start. Reds have come back to take a 5-3 lead here in the 4th. It's down low, 3-1. Skeens has already walked 4 today. It's just not the same.
It is not. And I mean, I go back to, you think of the effort of Jake Mangum trying to make that play, Ellie De La Cruz getting to third base. So in that situation, Sal Stewart.
Pitch is laced down the right field line. It'll be hooked and foul, though. And another hot shot off the bat of Blade, who's already homered off Skeens today, 3-2.
Yeah, so Sal Stewart comes up to the plate, and in that situation, the pitch that he hit for a home run with a man on third base was a breaking ball that was elevated in the middle of the plate. And so that's the easiest ball to get in the air when you have a man on third base less than 2 outs. And so those are the type of things that concern you a little bit more about the pitch selection.
3-2 is popped up. The wind should blow it back into the seats. Wind's been blowing in today, too. The Reds have hit a couple of home runs off Skeens. Fiercely blowing in today. That was Stewart's 23rd home run. He's driven an 82 now. 5-3 Reds. Skeens had only allowed 6 runs total to Cincinnati in 7 career starts prior to today. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Blade strikes out. That is the second out here in this 4th inning. And for every Pirates pitcher strikeout in July, Coppers donates $25 to Blood Cancer United. Skeens said after his last start that, all the numbers that really matter, he thinks, are about the same, if not better, than the last couple of years, where he was probably the best first 2 seasons of any pitcher, maybe ever, in the history of baseball. So he must believe that there's some underlying analytics or statistics, but when you look at wins and losses in ERA, it's not even close.
Yeah, so one thing about baseball, it has a mind of its own, and analytics isn't a major mind.
All one inside.
I mean, the things that make a difference is execution and ability to touch home plate.
He got off to a good start this year. Of course, opening day went awry, but then was awfully good. That's down and in 2-0. Remember, he got his season ERA under 2 again after giving up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning because of a couple of misplays in center field behind him in New York. So it looked like same old Skeens, just terrific through maybe the first 6-7 weeks of this season. There's a swing and a miss.
And I mean, again, you see a stretch like this in the month of July, but you still believe in, the individual.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Absolutely has an arsenal that can be worked. It's just how to deploy it. And so he said today, with the things that you look at are the 2-ball counts. I mean, how many 0-2, 1-2 counts as he had this evening, that yet to be able to just finish the at bat right then with the very next pitch. I mean, whether it be a weak contact or a strikeout. I mean, it's just not happening as often, and that's more the red flag for me.
2-2, strike 3 call, and Stevenson will not challenge. Skeens strikes out the final 2 men in the 4th inning. Through 4 from Cincinnati, the Reds lead 5-3 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Remember when your sandbox was your construction site? When you dreamt of building skyscrapers and moving mountains? Those video games where you build entire cities? That wasn't just play. Today, you can actually build it from
the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
What else is going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
Matthews getting the start in left field tonight.
That ball hit well to left center field. Forget about it. Bryce Matthews by the home run pump. He hits his 5th Major League home run. That was a no-doubter. Well over 400 feet.
434 over the gas pump in left field and into home run alley for Bryce.
That was pummeled.
He may be number 0 on the back of his jersey, but he's number 1 in your heart. Wow.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The 5th inning is brought to you by the IBEW Local Union number 5. Brandon Lau will lead it off. Brian Reynolds and Esmeralyn Valdez. Reds take their first lead of the game on the 2-run home run by Sal Stewart. Pitch is fouled away by Lau. Strike 1. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Reynolds 1 for 2, and then Valdez, who was drawn a walk and scored a run, facing Hunter Green. He's at 70 pitches through 4 innings. 1 from him. Bounces up there. Spiked the slider. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So it'll probably be it for Skeens, I would think. He's at 100 pitches through 4 innings. Walking a season most 4. Give up 5 runs. And it's outside 2-1, rising his season ERA to 3.90.
Previous pitch is a ball. The catcher has challenged.
Stevenson has the most successful challenges among catchers in baseball.
Pitch is a strike. Cincinnati has 2 challenges remaining.
Well, he is successful again. That was that high breaking ball that catches the top part of the strike zone on the back door.
Now it's 1-2 on Lau instead. He swings and lines one sharply into right, and this will get down for a base hit. And he'll short hop off the wall. The rebound fielded by Marte. He'll get into second, and Lau in with a head first dive ahead of the throw. It's a leadoff double for Brandon Lau.
Yeah, Brandon Lau, a nice 2-strike hitting. That ball was smashed into the gap. Initially, we didn't know if that ball would be able to get down, but it did. It short hopped the wall, popped up in the air, thank goodness. Marte had to wait for that ball to land so he can get the throw off. Made a nice strong throw into second base, and Brandon Lau head first dive in there.
And a lot we talk about with Lau's home runs, and why not, but it's extra base power.
Oh man, the 25th double of the season. That's pretty special.
Now Reynolds, and he'll take a strike over the outer edge. Lau has the 4th highest slugging percentage among second basemen in the history of baseball. Career slugging percentage. Rogers, Hornsby, Jeff Kent, just inducted in the Hall of Fame. Robinson, Cano, and then it's Brandon Lau. Swinging a ground ball. And deep in the hole to short, scooped up by De La Cruz. He'll keep it from the outfield, but it's an infield hit for Reynolds as Lau will move to third. And now bucks on the pond for Valdez coming up.
Yeah, nice job all the way around. Good base running, good hitting from Brian Reynolds, being able to shoot that hole. Ellie De La Cruz playing up the middle. Brian Reynolds going with the pitch the opposite way.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, you think about Brian Reynolds as a run producer. He's setting that 3-hole, and so often you think about how do you get him over. Well, sometimes it's a big gap right there in the left side of the field. I mean, don't ignore that.
Valdez takes in for ball one. And unconventional with Reynolds batting left-handed, you think, okay, I want to pull the ball here to advance the runner to third. And you can do it by getting a base hit, too.
Right. And nice job, Brandon Lau, making sure he's stuck on the bag at third.
Here's a 1-0. Valdez swings and lofts it in the air to right. Fairly deep. Lau back to tag. Marte will make the catch and was backtracking him, had his weight on the bat foot, so that makes Lau easily able to score. Valdez with a sac fly. Pirates get one back. It's 5-4 Reds.
Yeah, this is that area. We talked about this Pirate offense, the ability to score in situational hitting. In this situation, first and third, you definitely want to put up a crooked number, but it only starts with one run first. And again, a nice job by the youngster, 22-year-old Esmerlin Valdez, being able to pick up that sacrifice fly and turn it over now to Ryan O'Hearn.
37th RBI for Valdez. Now O'Hearn, he swings and skies it towards short, right at the second base bag. And De La Cruz will make the catch for the second out. Valdez doing it in quick fashion, too. 37 runs batted in.
You see Ryan O'Hearn discuss it with himself at that first pitch swing. He got an off-speed pitch that got fooled and unfortunately put it in play and popped it up. A little discuss it with himself after that at bat.
Now Nick Gonzalez, 2-out, 2-run single in the first inning. And we thought he might have hit one out of here in the third. There's a swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, nice hard contact from Nick Gonzalez, continuing his onslaught of July. This last day of July, he's continuing to still hit the ball hard, pick up hits.
Hunter Green for Cincinnati, 80 pitches. The next one, fastball strike on the inner third, 0-2. Reynolds at first with 2 away. Pirates with a run in. Reds 5, Pirates 4, top of the 5th. Here's the pitch coming outside. Now 1-2, the slider missed.
Yeah, these are these times. And I mean, Brian Reynolds obviously doesn't have a ton load of stolen bases this year. He's kind of declined a lot. But these are those times where I wish Brian Reynolds would take that risk with two strikes and 2 outs. See if he can get an off-speed pitch to go on.
Here's the next one. Swinging a bouncer off the plate to short. 2 hops for De La Cruz. He'll flip on to second to get the out. Reynolds running through the bag, and the inning ends. So Pirates pick up a run on the sac fly by Esmerlin Valdez, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-4 Reds on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started it, to have impact.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Agbayani will make the catch. Kemp will tag. He scores, and Agbayani thought there were 3 outs. 2 runs will score. Burks is in. Agbayani gave the ball to the fan. Watch this. He hands the ball, starts off. A fan a couple of seats away goes 2 down, 2 down. Look at the poor kid. What? Look at the eyes of that child.
In his third appearance of the season, a 4 1/3 innings pitch. See him stop this Reds offense and get the Pirates offense back in it.
Inside ball one.
Yeah, good four-seam fastball, can reach triple digits. Also has a slider and a sweeper that he'll throw, and a changeup.
Back with a strike. And it's 1-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. Skeens goes 4 innings, 100 pitches, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 4 walks, a season high, 7 strikeouts. And it's inside, 2-1. He can lose it, cannot win it. If the Pirates come back. So now it's Kelly in his 3rd big league game at age 22 in relief of the 24-year-old Skeens. Fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The good arm, and one thing, if he can fill up the zone and throw some strikes, work ahead, I mean, he does have finishing stuff. I mean, you have a triple-digit fastball, and you have a nice little slider that's tight that he can use down at the bottom of the zone. He'll get that swing and miss.
2-2, swing and a miss, and he strikes out Lowe for the first out in the 5th. Kelly in his last 4 minor league games gave up 1 run in 18 innings.
That is a great start, and that's exactly what you need. Now Eugenio Suarez comes to the plate. See if he can run through this relatively quickly.
Here's the pitch coming right after him, and a swing and a fly ball deep right field. Valdez back to the warning track with room, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs, even in this little ballpark, challenging a big time home run hitter. Still get the out.
Yeah, what I like about it is he challenged him on the inside part of the plate. I mean, I think that's the key. I mean, one thing that you need, even in these small ballparks, you need to crowd the hitters. So often they want the ball out over the plate so they can do what they want with it. They get to pull side or go the opposite field. If you don't allow those arms to get extended, it really cuts off a lot of the swing and the barrel.
That's a great blueprint that Kelly's showing for the other Pirates pitchers the rest of this series. 2 outs now for Dane Myers, 1 out of 2.
Dane Myers trying to take a little bit of time. The Reds, and not sure what they're going to do in regards to the pitchers, but man, this has been a quick inning.
Yeah, Dan Bellino allowing Myers to stall, and he's taking all the way there. That's the strike. The umpire should not allow that. But 6 pitch innings so far, now 7 for Kelly. Here's an 0-1, swinging a ground ball to short, and Gonzalez has it on to first for the out. Nice quick 8-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Antoine Kelly against this Reds lineup. And we'll go to the 6th. It's 5-4 Cincinnati on the Pirates Radio Network.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, the Yankees win. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
This is just starting his season in the month of July, so I mean, he's yet to get into these deeper waters in the innings. And his pitch count is getting up there as well.
This will be his 85th pitch, fouled away by Andy Rodriguez. 2 strikes. That fastball down beneath 97 now.
Yeah, and that last start, he gave up only 1 run after 5 innings. Within that 6th inning, he ended up giving up 6, and that was a big one for him. And that's why that ERA's jumped up as high as it has. And Pirates looking to repeat that, see if they can put some crooked numbers on the board here at the top of the 6th.
Reds lead 5-4. Andy 0 for 2 tonight. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call and 1 out. And the 6th inning is brought to you by the operating engineers of Local 66. 1 out for Jacob Gonzalez. Bottom of the order quiet so far. Runs coming across from Nick Gonzalez, his 2-out 2-run single in the first. Jacob Gonzalez swings through a split, strike 1. Pirates got a home run by Jake Mangum, hit it right down the right field line, just over the wall. And then a Valdez sac fly in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes, again on the split. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez fouls it away. Friday, August 7th, the Mets will be in town. It's a 6:40 game. That's the next home game for the Pirates. And there will be a pregame Miller Lite happy hour from the time gates open up until first pitch on August 7th. Get your tickets at Pirates.com. Ball guided on the ground to second. McLean in front of it has it and on to first for the 2nd out. 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' 6th inning. Still 5-4 Reds. And now it's Henry Davis who's 0 for 2.
Well, wouldn't be surprised to see Henry Davis look to get that quick run back. He's definitely going to be swinging for the fences here.
Got power. And he swings and skies it into shallow center field. Dane Myers underneath it. Makes the catch and the inning ends. So just an 8-pitch inning for Hunter Green. Might enable him to come back out. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-4 Reds on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Fly ball deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is going long. 3-run home run. Bowman shot. The Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobershek makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Bucket list. You can enter for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Visit MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. Antoine Kelly fires a strike. Fastball at the knees, right over the outer edge. Strike one to Noelvi Marte, who's 1 for 2 with a double. Then it's Matt McLain and Ellie De La Cruz. Here's the next one. Coming right after him. Ground ball back up the middle. Base hit. Turned around 99 for a leadoff single. First base runner off Kelly, who retired the side in order in 8 pitches, his first and last inning. Skeens with the first 4 tonight.
That fastball at 99, but as you said, it was down. And Marte, just an aggressive swinger. Anytime you have a hard thrower that throws the ball down in the zone, it actually works better for the offensive player because they can use gravity to get that barrel down there for that hard contact.
Here is Matt McLain showing bunt, pulling back and taking down low for ball 1. He was out on a bunt to third his last time around. (5-4) Reds lead. Cincinnati batting in the last of the 6th. Antoine Kelly, just called up today, delivers fastball strike. And it's 1-1. Out of Aruba. The first Aruban-born Pirates player and only the 7th in baseball history.
You ever been to Aruba?
No. I'm sure I would love to go, though, if you're buying. Fouled on a bunt up first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Been to Ocean City.
Ocean City.
Been to Ocean City. That's nice there.
It's close. No, it's not.
It's closer. 1-2 on Matt McLain. And the pitch. Swinging the ball, lined it out to left. A few steps back for Reynolds, and he'll grab it for the first out. Marte back to first for the Reds here in the 6th. And for the Pittsburgh Brewing Company key account of the game, stop into Applebee's all season long. $4 22-ounce IC Light drafts. Now for a young pitcher, first go around in the major leagues, want to face the stars, and now Kelly gets to do that right here with Ellie De La Cruz at the plate. He tripled his last time up. Marte at first with 1 out. 5-4 Reds, 6th inning. Antoine Kelly delivers. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him at 98. Strike 1.
Man, that's where you want to leave that ball up, especially with Ellie De La Cruz hitting from that left side. You're going to leave your fastball anywhere. Do not make it down in the zone.
3 balls, 12 strikes from Kelly. 0-1. And he just missed inside. 1-1.
See if Antoine Kelly can get that fastball down and away on the edge. That'll be a good spot.
With Stewart lurking on deck. Here's a 1-1 and a strike. Davis came up ready to throw, and that was a fastball down and away in the zone at 100. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's a great location for that pitch. You're going to go down to the left-handed hitters. Make sure it's down and away. Don't go down and in unless you're in off the plate.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just missed down and away. 2-2. That's a slider from Kelly. I feel like I had a pretty sharp break to it. Getting to know him. Just his 3rd big league ball game. Picking up for Paul Skeens tonight. Man at first, 1 out. 1-run game. 6th inning. 2-2. Down and in. Missed with a slider. And now the count full on Ellie De La Cruz. 3-2.
Yeah, now this may get Marte on the run. That's where you have to be careful. Executing a good pitch. Yeah, Henry Davis will take a timeout and take a stroll to the mound just for that reason.
The Pirates are partnering with PNC, supporting local small business. And in July, the business featured is Fat Butcher. Fat Butcher, located in Upper Lawrenceville. They are a whole animal butcher shop, sourcing all their products from local farms. Learn more about the initiative between the Pirates and PNC at pirates.com/smallbusiness. Let's pause 10 for a station break on the Pirates Radio Network. Full count on Ellie De La Cruz. Man at first. He runs, and the pitch is swung on, fouled away. Marte got a poor jump.
Yeah, he reared back and let that one go a little bit, Joe. I don't know if you saw that. That was 102 miles per hour.
Was it really?
Yes.
I was looking at the runner. 102. Pirates got some arms, don't they? A lot of hard throwers. 102, though, that's another animal. That's Bubba Chandler territory. I would say only Chandler, Kelly, and maybe Aroldis Chapman, the only Pirates to ever throw a pitch that hard in the StatCast era. Pickoff move, and Marte scrambles back in standing. And that was a legit 102. I'm looking at the game day here, 102.0 from Antoine Kelly. Boy, that's a big arm.
Yeah, if he can get that pitch at the top of the zone inside, he might have a strike him out throwing out opportunity.
3-2 coming. Marte runs. It's ball 4. And so no stolen base, just a walk.
So that was, I mean, these are the type of discussions as my coaching mind wants to work. Like Jacob Gonzalez was covering second base on it, and he just came up in front and just received the throw instead of going to the base and receiving that throw. In the ABS challenge system, you have to be on that bag in that situation just in case. I mean, you decide you want to challenge the call.
That's a great point.
You have to be on the base and make that tag there.
That's a good reminder. I'm sure the coaches will tell them that. There's a strike. 0-1 on Sal Stewart. He struck a 2-run home run off Skeens in the 4th. Now facing Antoine Kelly with 2 on. One of the top run producers in baseball, leading the National League in RBIs. Are tied for it. Fouled away. Now 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. He's a rookie. No rookie has ever led the National League in runs batted in. And he's tied for the major league lead in RBIs with C.J. Abrams of the Nationals. But he's already bounced into a double play today.
And he's due for another one. I like what you're thinking. Think it into existence.
See what Kelly can do. Ahead in the count, 2 strikes. Well, instead try to pick off the runner at second. Marte easily back.
There's a nice timing of the pickoff play and a nice job by Brandon Lau slapping that tag down. It's always nice to know to show just not only the Reds, but any scouts in the stands, they will pick to second base.
2 strikes on Sal Stewart. First and second, 1 out. Reds lead 5-4. We're in the 6th. Antoine Kelly delivers. Down low and away with a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is when we shared earlier, you have these situations. It's always nice to be able to find that extra tick. And Antoine Kelly hitting 102 earlier. This might be a great time to find it again.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back. And went with a slider. That was the pitch that Stewart homered off of against Skeens. And it was elevated.
It was elevated. It was that pitch that Stewart was a little disappointed that he didn't make better contact. He fouled that one straight back. You got 102 in your back pocket. It might be a good time to use it and put it in Sal Stewart's front pocket.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer on 2 hops to short. Should be 2 on to second for 1. Relay. There's that double play. And they got him on the slider. And the second ground ball double play ground into by Stewart today. So 1 hit, 1 left for Cincinnati through 6. It's 5-4 Reds on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites.
let's head back to the Big Apple and head to Soto's stomping ground in Queens. Built in the shadows of Shea Stadium, Citi Field became the new home of the New York Mets in 2009. Citi, designed in the likeness of Ebbets Field, features a gorgeous brick facade and nods to baseball's past throughout the ballpark. Enter through the Jackie Robinson Rotunda and head towards Shea Bridge to catch a glimpse of the home run apple in center field. Or head over to FanFest, take a swing in the batting cages, and visit the Mets Museum. People come for the game, but many stay for the food. Voted Best Baseball Stadium Food for the past 4 seasons by USA Today Reader's Choice, you might as well eat yourself into a food coma. They've got Shake Shack, specialty egg rolls, hot pastrami on rye, you name it, they have it. Even Mets legend Mookie Wilson and his family have a food stand in the ballpark. Between the action, keep your eyes peeled for Mr. and Mrs. Met and root hard for your favorite borough in the mascot race. Citi Field, one of the best.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Starter removed after 91 pitches, and to the bullpen for the lefty Sam Maul.
Yeah, the lefty, 5'9" left paw, southpaw, I should say, gets the ball on the ground a lot. Good sinker and a sweeper. We'll face Jake Mangum to lead off this top of the 7th.
And it's outside, ball 1. Mangum, who is homered tonight, that is Brandon Lau, 2 out of 3, and Reynolds, who's 2 out of 3. 5-4 Reds. The pitch from the lefty, swinging a ball fought off foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Reds bullpen in July has a 3.10 ERA. It's the lowest in the National League for the month of July. Suarez playing in even with the bag. The pitch, tried to backdoor him with a sweeper and missed. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, this is exactly the inning that the Pirates need to get something going here at the top of the lineup with Jake Mangum.
And a home run as a left-handed batter right down the right field line. The pitch inside, missing, 3 balls and a strike. Now, even just drawing a walk with all the big home run hitters coming up. Even though Mangum has hit one today.
He said, hey, put me in the hat.
He's a home run hitter. He's just not a big home run hitter.
How many home runs do you need to hit to be a home run hitter? Just 1 today.
Three balls and a strike. The lefty Maul delivers outside. He walked him. That's a good start for the Pirates. Yeah, Maul has a high walk rate, and that benefits the Bucks.
Yeah, it's a couple things he does: a high walk rate and a high ground ball percentage. So in this situation, it's going to be so important. Brandon Lau's approach to be right. A left-on-left matchup for Brandon Lau.
Lau doubled his last time up, is also singled tonight. Here's the pitch. Way outside. The big sweeper, and it is ball 1. Lau hits .215 off lefties with 4 home runs. A 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 93 from Maul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pirates down a run, 5-4 in the 7th. Pirates have had 2 separate leads in this game. They're up 2-0 and 3-2. Paul Skeens went the first 4, gave up 5. Here's a 1-1. Outside missing. And it said that Lau went, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, wow. I put my head down after I saw that. I didn't think they. Oh, boy.
1-2 now. Lau had a 1-1 count. The pitch was called a ball and was overturned on ABS earlier. Now the lefty ready. Mangum at first, nobody out. The pitch way outside, 2-2. So you go from a 2-1 count. Hitters collectively hit 237 after a 2-1 count in baseball. If you are in a 1-2 count, after that, they hit 166. It's a significant disadvantage for the hitter. Flip that 1-1 pitch. And strike 3 call on a high and away fastball. One of those that maybe wasn't called a strike last year, but would be in the ABS system. Let's look at the replay. Yeah, that's exactly where it was.
Found the corner.
Like literally the high and away corner, which umpires really did not call. Baseball showed us a cool graphic mapping all the strike calls last year before the ABS system. Tapped foul by Reynolds, strike 1, and it was kind of an oval shape. So all those high and in, high and away, down and away, and down and in corners weren't really called as much, but especially the high 2 corners.
And one thing about having it like that is that you forget that there's a lot of pitches that move into that space, like that elevated breaking ball. That's the one that finds that corner now all of a sudden that you start getting calls at. Not just the fastball up there.
5-4 Reds. Mangum runs. Pitch is a ball. Throw down is high, and Mangum with his 20th stolen base.
Yeah, great jump. Lefty on the mound, coming out of the pin as Maul is. A little longer delivery to the plate, about a 1.45 to the plate. And that, when you're going first movement with a lefty, that's going to be an easy stolen base for someone with the speed like Jake Mangum. And even better yet, the ball was actually out of the zone for Brian Reynolds as he took it. So now 1-1 count.
With a man in scoring position, Pirates down a run in the 7th. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And since the Pirates stole the base, that means steal a base, steal a deal from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can hurry over to VIOC.com/steal, STEAL, and you score $25 off your next premium oil change. Down and in. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reynolds. With Mangum and those good wheels at second, 1 out, 7th inning, 5-4 Reds. Reynolds a .316 hitter with runners in scoring position. That was prior to tonight. He has gone 1 for 1 tonight in that category. Here's the pitch. Outside 3-2. It'll be challenged by Stevenson.
That's not going to be a good challenge.
Previous pitch is the ball. The catcher has challenged.
He caught it outside his body. He set up inside and caught it away.
Pitch is the ball. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
And so both teams with 1 ABS challenge remaining.
But you got to give it to him for at least having in that situation. I mean, you have Brian Reynolds at the plate, have an opportunity for a punch out with a man in scoring position. Take that educated risk.
Pitch now, a full count. Maul, the lefty of the Reds, takes a deep breath, and his pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Down and away, changeup. Back-to-back strikeouts for Maul. Mangum's at second with 2 gone for Ace Merlin Valdez. And now Terry Francona will come out. And it looks like the Ring Central call to the bullpen is going to take place. Ring Central, voice of your business. 5-4, the Reds lead. Man at second, 2 outs for the Pirates. Valdez coming up against a new Reds pitcher after this along the Pirates Radio Network.
Ring Central's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages.
3 batters over the minimum for Drew Rasmussen, just 3 base runners in 7 shutout innings. And he did it on under 90 pitches.
His second home run of the ball game. And he sets a new career high. 6 runs driven in today.
The damage, it's been done. 2 home runs in the inning. Manny Machado ties the game with his 2-run shot. And then Jackson Merrill puts him on top. Padres lead at 5-3.
Abrams with 2 on the day. James Wood joining him with a multi-homer game. He's got 30 this season. And the Nats have double digits. It's 10-5.
Out the side.
for the third time.
Day is done for Jacob Misiorowski. He's struck out 12, including the first 7 he faced today, a new franchise record. Through 66 pitches, over 100 miles an hour today.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Slugging .875 against lefties. And still an all-star level against righties, but lower. Playing the percentages. Garcia, a rookie. Last year was pitching in pro ball in Kansas. And the pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Back of second. Short center. Myers calls for it. Makes the catch. And the inning ends. So 1 pitch later, Pirates are gone in the 7th, and we'll stretch here in Cincinnati with the Reds leading 5-4 along the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
To be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to create these cards to the best of my abilities and to do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards. You know, if you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing, I couldn't have imagined.
Delivers up high, ball 1, fastball an easy 98 to J.J. Bleday, who had homered tonight, also has walked and scored a pair of runs. Then it's Tyler Stevenson and Nathaniel Lowe. Here's a 1-0 outside, missing 2 balls and nothing. Change up that time. Bleday grew up in Titusville, went to Pirates games as a kid, down and in 3-0. And then has another Pirates tie. He played at Vanderbilt, and he broke Pedro Alvarez's single-season home run record there. But has bounced around a lot in the major leagues. Bleday takes up high, and it's a 4-pitch walk to start this 7th inning. And certainly very well thought of. He was the 4th overall pick by the Marlins, but then was traded to Oakland. And then was non-tendered by the A's at the end of this year and hooked on with Cincinnati.
Yeah, the A's just had so many outfielders that obviously they felt like Bleday was a little expendable.
Now a strike.
Settled in and found himself a nice little home here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, lefty batter. Ask Scooter Gennett. You know, the lefty batter with that inviting right field grandstand. Here's the pitch.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's 0-2. What'd you like about it?
Just a slide step. Bleday does run well, but just a slide step to get the ball to the plate, but an excellent pitch on the inside part of the plate.
A lot of points from Kelly here in his third big league outing. Just called back up today.
It just keeps everything at bay, and it just allows you to control the running game and keep that double play in order. Obviously, you don't want to see that 4-pitch walk to start off this inning in a 1-run game.
Bleday at first, nobody out. 5-4 Reds. The pitch. 0-2 right there. Strike 3 call. And Dan Bellino with a hesitation call. He gave it a little gusto on the ringing up of Stevenson.
Yeah, those are the ones too. I mean, obviously, verbally you can't hear it from here, but verbally they give the strike call, and then they finish you off. It's like, that's not nice.
Must have been something that Stevenson had said as a catcher or something earlier tonight. Yeah, Bellino gave him some extras right there. There's a first pitch strike from Kelly to Lowe, who he struck out back in the 5th inning. So this is a big number from Antoine Kelly. Tough act to follow in the reigning Cy Young Award winner, and all he's done is put up zeros and keep the Pirates very much in this game. Entered down 1. That's exactly where they are. Here's a ground ball that's going to sneak through, a base hit for Lowe. Bleday will turn and head to third. And now Cincinnati on that ground single has first and third, 1 out for Eugenio Suarez. We've already seen Kelly get a ground ball double play tonight.
Yeah, I got the ground ball that he wanted right there. But obviously that pitch in the middle of the plate, so was able to shoot through just through the middle of the infield. And because it's a slow development play, J.J. Bleday able to go first and third, and now Suarez up to the plate. You know, he can't get the ball in the air. He loves to do that. Let's see if Antoine Kelly and Henry Davis choose to attack him.
They're going for an important insurance run here. There's a first pitch strike at the knees on a sinker. Kelly last pitched on Saturday for Indianapolis. He threw 5 shutout innings in relief.
Now let's get up top with that good 4-seam fastball.
Kelly's 0-1. Fastball at the knees, strike 2. 99 from the big arm right-hander.
Tell you that when you have the potential of triple digits in your back pocket, it does change everything in that batter's box. That ball gets up on top of you.
0-2 on Eugenio Suarez. The pitch tried the outer edge and just missed. 1-2 now.
Yeah, once again, Henry Davis going with a slider there. And so it's just the degree of difficulty of landing that slider and not hanging it. That's just so tough to do a lot of times.
Yeah, he hung it twice to Stewart, but got lucky on a ground ball double play. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Right there, strike 3 call, and Suarez took the changeup. He strikes out looking with 2 aboard.
Wow. Going with a changeup there that absolutely found his zone. Ran into the right-hand hitting Suarez. Just a little cut. Looks like, man, that ball split the plate. You could not ask for a better pitch to swing at. He just locked up Suarez, and now he's one out away from getting out of this inning. That'd be really nice for the Pirates offensively.
5-4 Reds, first and third, 2 outs, and a bunt with 2 outs. Back to the mound. Kelly will throw out Dane Myers with runners at first and third and 2 outs. He bunts right back to the mound, and a foolhardy play, to say the least. And the Pirates will benefit. We'll go to the 8th, and it is still 5-4 Reds here on the Pirates Radio Network.
If you work in the automotive industry, you know time and trust are everything. Miss one electrical issue.
3 batters over the minimum for Drew Rasmussen. Just 3 base runners in 7 shutout innings. And he did it on under 90 pitches.
His second home run of the ball game. And he sets a new career high. 6 runs driven in today.
The damage, it's been done. 2 home runs in the inning. Manny Machado ties the game with his 2-run shot, and then Jackson Merrill puts him on top. Padres lead at 5-3.
Abrams with 2 on the day. James Wood joining him with a multi-homer game. He's got 30 this season, and the Nats have double digits. It's 10-5.
Out the side for the 3rd time.
Day is done for Jacob Mizorowski. He's struck out 12, including the first 7 he faced today, a new franchise record. Through 66 pitches, over 100 miles an hour today.
Down the third base line. Sprague goes home and he hits Ronnie Smith. Now also heading home is Voit. He's in. The ball will go over to the seats. Heading home is McLemore. And he is safe. And the ball is dropped. And the fans are furious. The Toronto Blue Jays, the world champions, have done their 1962 Mets imitation.
On the pitch, another former Pirate. It is the lefty Caleb Ferguson. It worked to Ryan O'Hearn once the music stops. He was ready.
Everybody
to pitch.
sit down. Sit down in your seats. Quick. The music stopped. Did you like playing musical chairs when you were little?
No, because I was always the smallest. Pitch. There's a strike.
Somehow you ended up on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Betty ended up giving you the old.
I'd lose right away, so that was good.
Oh.
0-1 on O'Hearn. Pirates down a run in the pitch at the knees for a strike. 0-2 from Ferguson, who was traded a year ago yesterday by the Pirates at the trade deadline to Seattle, where he finished last season. Joined the Reds as a free agent, the team for which he grew up rooting. An Ohio native. Ferguson on 0-2. Down low and away, 1-2 to the lefty batting O'Hearn. It's Gonzalez, Nick Gonzalez next, and then Endy Rodriguez due to follow. Ferguson comes home, swinging a ground ball right back to him. And he'll throw it wildly onto first, and Stewart somehow crossed his feet and stayed on the bag, 1 out. How difficult was that for Stewart?
I think he made it more difficult. Anytime the ball's hit to the pitcher, number one rule for all first base, get to the bag as quick as possible. Sal Stewart, because it's a routine play, kind of jogged at the bag, was never on the bag. And I think that's the big part of it.
You would know.
Would
you play more than 1,000 games, right, at first base?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Here is Nick Gonzalez. 2-run single back in the first. He swings, hits one the other way, falling fast down for a base hit. Nick Gonzalez, another 2-hit night.
All he does is hit.
44 multi-hit games. It's the most in the major leagues. And I'm going to tell you the Pirates who've ever had more before August. Roberto Clemente, Lloyd Wainer, Paul Wainer, Matty Alou. Those are the only ones.
Wow. That just tells you the work that Nick Gonzalez has done. It's so impressive. Now let's see if Endy Rodriguez can pick up his first hit right-handed.
Since being in this ballpark, there's a strike. April of last year. Of course, missed most of last season.
Yeah, and also 1-2, and I know it's down by 1 run. And Donnie Kelly will maybe jumpstart Nick Gonzalez and put a hit and run on.
Swinging a line drive, base hit in left field for Endy Rodriguez. Gonzalez turns the bag and heads to third. Bleday's throw is offline, and he's in there. Gonzalez on the base hit by Endy Rodriguez, his first as a right-handed batter all year, and the Pirates have first and third and 1 out in the 8th. Down a run.
Yeah, nice job by Endy Rodriguez, just putting the ball in play hard, got to pull side, and more importantly, Nick Gonzalez, I mean, this is exactly what you want to see from Nick Gonzalez, being able to go first to third with the left-hander, Bleday running towards that foul line. He has to really stop, put on the brakes, and make a good throw. And so Nick Gonzalez challenges that arm, gets into scoring position now 90 feet away from tying up this ball game.
Triolo is going to bat for Jacob Gonzalez. And I'm not sure if he was introduced on the field or not, but Terry Francona is coming out and knowing, Tito, that he was introduced before he would make a pitching change. Ferguson has faced the requisite 3 And so the righty for Triolo when we come back. 2 on, 1 out for the Pirates, down 5-4 in the 8th. We're back after this from Cincinnati right here on the Pirates Radio Network.
AHN Online Scheduling is a great way to book care with real experts. So before you look up, do I have a UTI? Stop searching.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Fenway Park is no stranger to passionate fans. But last week, the iconic ballpark was treated to a jolt of pure energy.
No Scotland, no party. Getting invaded by the Scots.
Thousands of Scottish soccer fans have traveled to the U.S. for the World Cup. Eager for a taste of our national pastime, the Tartan Army took their bagpipes to the streets of Boston and unleashed a party to remember. And of course, this included marching into Fenway Park, kilts and all. The Red Sox rolled out the red carpet, honoring their new friends from across the pond with a Scottish celebration night. Safe to say the Scots were grateful, busting out non-stop chants as the Sox took on the Rangers. But the Tartan Army wasn't done there. The drums and bagpipes hit Yankee Stadium next before continuing on to Miami. And inside Lone Depot Park, these brand new baseball fans got to see renowned Scottish soccer star Billy Gilmore throw out the first pitch. March on, Tartan Army. Glad you had a great time at the ballpark. Welcome to the big leagues.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
That in Bay and pick up this big run here. Nick Gonzalez at third, less than 2 outs.
The right-hander will set and deliver. And a strike to Triolo. 6 career pinch hits, 6 out of 14 lifetime as a pinch hitter. Overall, 244 this year with a home run. Johnson, a fly ball pitcher, so not often getting a ground ball double play. The pitch, swing and a miss on that curveball, down and away. 2 strikes.
A couple back-to-back curveballs. One Jared Triolo took for strike 1, and that one the swing through. So you just find a way to put the ball in play. Henry Davis waits on deck here with 1 out.
And Indy Rodriguez already in the game, so could call him back if you wanted to, if it gets there. Here's an 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Triolo swung it progressively farther outside pitches on the last 2. Yeah, that was a rare bat at bat for Triolo.
And that was just being overmatched with somebody you've never seen before. And as I said before, that curveball is wicked. I mean, you don't see it consistently. These guys come out of the pen. You don't see them regularly. When you have a pitch like that curveball, and he just got basically thrown all curveballs. And again, it is a nasty pitch.
This will be Davis batting with runners in scoring position, or runner, and there's a strike. The trailing runner at first. Rodriguez started and stopped. Pirates have Marcell Ozuna, Billy Cook, and Jostinson Garcia on their bench. Davis 0 for 3 tonight. 5-4. Pirates down a run in the 8th inning. Big opportunity. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball hit to left, falling fast. Split A coming on, base hit. Henry Davis comes through with a clutch hit. A 2-out RBI single to left. Henry Davis, the big hitter for the Bucks. He ties it at 5 here in the 8th.
Oh, what a big play right there. Henry Davis, a nice hit. Drops it in there in the outfield. Another curveball. You saw 6 consecutive serve balls thrown this at bat to Triolo and Henry Davis. Henry Davis, watching on that on-deck circle, was able to take advantage of that curveball there. Hit it off the end of the bat and dropped it in there. What a nice job.
Looked like a more measured, controlled swing from Davis.
I mean, this curveball is nasty by Pierce Johnson. There's no doubt. Henry Davis went up there looking for something to elevate it. And again, we talked about it, Joe, when you have a good pitch, if you throw it so many times, at some point you're going to hang it. And that's exactly what happened.
So now it's Mangum with Rodriguez advancing to second. Davis with his 29th RBI. He's tied the game at 5. That takes his battery mate Paul Skeens off the hook. Pirates out hitting the Reds 10-9 now. Pierce Johnson delivers outside, ball 1.
Yeah, the first four-seam fastball of this inning from Pierce Johnson at 97 miles per hour. That is just a steady dosage of his best pitch, a curveball. But again, this game is tied up thanks to Henry Davis.
Here's a 1-0 coming. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Johnson, opponents are hitting coming into tonight 121 against him with runners in scoring position. It was the 3rd lowest mark in the league. And it's Henry Davis to come through with the 2-out hit, tying the game at 5 here in the 8th. 1-1. Swinging a ball sliced foul. 1-2 on Jake Mangum, who is homered tonight. Andy Rodriguez now the go-ahead run at second. Johnson's been struggling last 10 outings. More runs than innings. That run will be charged to Ferguson, though. 1-2. Fouled away.
Well, this is where mayhem happens. Jake Mangum with 2 strikes. He just continues to find a way to just chip away, foul off some tough pitches. He just wants to throw anything out there in that outfield grass and give Andy Rodriguez a chance to score.
Base hit likely gives the Pirates the lead here in the 8th. The pitch, swinging a ground ball, left side, deep in the hole, past the try of De La Cruz and into left, a base hit. Andy Rodriguez in to score. Jake Mangum pumping his fist. He delivers the Pirates go-ahead hit. A 2-out, 2-strike RBI single. Mangum and the Pirates lead 6-5 in Cincinnati.
Mayhem, mayhem, mayhem. He just finds a way. 2 strikes, just put the ball in play anywhere from foul pole to foul pole. Was able to sneak that one underneath the glove of Ellie De La Cruz, and the Pirates now take the lead.
Davis gets all the way to 3rd. Those runs charged to Ferguson, who would now be in line for the loss. And in line for the win, Antoine Kelly. It would be the first of his career, and there's a strike. And what has Kelly done tonight? Picking up for the reigning Cy Young Award winner, delivering 3 scoreless innings of relief against the Reds club that was able to get to Skeens for 5 runs in 4 innings. Up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-5, the Pirates on top now in the 8th. 1st and 3rd and 2 outs for Lau. 2 for 4 tonight. He's been swinging a hot bat. Don't have to be done yet. Pierce Johnson comes to the set, and the pitch, swinging a ground ball towards second, past McLean's dive, base hit. Davis in to score. Mangum streaks to 3rd. Brandon Lau comes through with a 2-out RBI single. The Pirates lead 7-5 in Cincinnati.
Yeah, you can hold down one of the best offenses in Major League Baseball for a little while, but the Pirates have shown why they've worn that title for most of this season. They continue to pile those hits up, and boy, have they done it here in the top of the 8th.
Lau with his 71st RBI following the Mangum hit. And Henry Davis getting it started. 3 straight 2-out RBI hits for the Pirates to take a 1-run deficit and turn it into a 2-run lead on the road here in Cincinnati in the 8th inning.
Man, that's just really nice. The resilient Pirates, they find a way to just come back to life. Just chipped away slowly but surely and got themselves back into this ball game. And to do it all here with 2 outs. Just continues to show what this team's capable of offensively. Now it's not done. Brian Reynolds looking to add on here.
5 singles in the inning have plated 3 runs.
How nice would it be to have that big ball, Joe?
Reynolds already with 2 hits tonight, facing Pierce Johnson. And his pitch, a curveball strike. Mangum at 3rd and Lau trailing him at 1st.
Yeah, that 3-run homer is just always out there lingering for the Pirates somehow. Man, would it be nice to have it right about now.
7-5, the Pirates have taken the lead. 8th inning, 0-1. Pitches down low. No throw down to second. A stolen base for Brandon Lau. An opportunist, his second. Figuring that Hayes isn't holding on Mangum, so to speak. That they wouldn't throw down, and he gambles and wins. Now a base hit could add 2 more. 1-1. And a strike right over the outer edge. Good pitch from Johnson. A fastball at 95. 1-2. And again, opponents were hitting 121 off him with runners in scoring position for the season. The Pirates have gotten 3 straight hits off him in those scenarios. Here's a 1-2. Swinging a ball hit up the middle toward short. Gloved by De La Cruz. Offline throw, but enough for Stewart to keep the bag, and the inning ends. Wish that hit the second base bag.
I was thinking the same thing.
3 runs on 5 hits for the Bucks. They take a 7-5 lead into the bottom of the 8th in Cincinnati, right here on the Pirates Radio Network.
That sound, that's home. You're watching the Bucks. You don't grab just any beer. If you want to hit a home run in your town, drink local Iron City beer or crack.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them. And I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to, have that moment and have everyone so excited to, have a picture of you is a fun moment.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
This last time, he has a 1-3 record on the year, 4.44 ERA. His 13th appearance of the season, 24 in the 3rd innings pitch. But most importantly, he just comes out and gives you that good four-seam fastball, the cutter, the slider, and the changeup all work. He's looking to preserve this 2-run lead now here at the bottom of the 8th.
7-5 Pirates. Here's Noelvi Marte, swing and a miss, strike 1. What about the outing for Antoine Kelly? He's in line for his first major league win, 3 scoreless innings.
Yeah, know your stuff, and Antoine Kelly did do that. He came out and threw his good fastball, was able to keep his slider down, able to make some really big pitches and put the Pirates in position for this.
0-1 is back for a strike. It's 0-2. 98 from Dotel.
At some point when you're the opposing team, you just have to wonder, I mean, when do you ever see pitches that are in 95, 96. I mean, the Pirates bullpen with Antoine Kelly and Dotel both being able to reach triple digits. They just keep coming at you.
He's ahead 2 strikes on Marte. McLean and then De La Cruz to follow, swinging a foul bag. And so for Dotel, since coming off the injured list 2 weeks ago, he has not allowed a run in 6 innings over 3 games. And has pitched in some of these situations before. You think, well, he's only got a couple handfuls of big league games. 0-2 up and in, 1-2. The Pirates are shorthanded tonight after using a bullpen game yesterday. So the job goes to Dotel, making his 13th appearance, but he's come in this situation 5 times before. 8th inning or later. Tie game. Pirates up 1, 2, or 3 runs, or down a run. tight ball games. He has not allowed a run in 5 innings in those 5 games. So he's pitched in these situations before, usually like this when a lot of the regulars aren't available, and he's always done well.
Yeah, I think one of the things that he's done well at is these last 3 times he's come in, he just doesn't give up any walks.
1-2 bounces it up there, 2-2.
Now only 1 walk over the last 3 games, and that says a lot. When you have a plus fastball and you have some good secondary pitches and you don't give up the free passes, you can find yourself in a good spot.
Career starter in the minor leagues. Pirates needing bullpen help, and he has helped. 2-2. Bounced it up there, 3-2. A couple of sliders kicking up some dirt. Dotel out of Enriquillo, Dominican Republic. Was a Pirates' first international signing this decade to make it to the major leagues. Ace Marilyn Valdez soon to follow afterward. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Marte. Swing and a foul.
I was going to say, to get to 3-2 with Marte, you really have to throw some non-competitive pitches. those last couple pitches from Dotel before this foul ball here, and then they bounce in the other batter's box. I mean, that's the only thing Marte is not going to swing at.
3-2 again. Swinging another foul. He has doubled and singled tonight.
Yeah, if you throw any pitch, any of his secondary pitches anywhere that don't bounce, you may get Marte to chase.
Long at bat to start. The 10th pitch. A swing and a ground ball through the left side. Base hit. Noelvi Marte is on with his 3rd hit tonight. And now the tying run will come up for Cincinnati here in the bottom of the 8th. A 7-5 Pirates lead.
Yeah,
they've already had 3 leads tonight. Don't want to give it up a 3rd time.
Yeah, they do not. But I think these are the times where, again, with Dotel, he does not give up the walk, which is good. But those 2 non-competitive pitches to get that count up to 3-2, I think those are the things that he wanted to clean up that last bat.
First one is inside, ball 1 to the number 9 hitting Matt McClain. He's 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, Nick Gonzalez playing somewhat just slightly behind the bag, but taking away that double.
Dotel on a 1-0 swing and a miss out in front of his slider that time. 1-1 on Matt McClain, right-handed batter, with the dangerous and very good Eli De La Cruz, followed by Sal Stewart. So all the more reason to limit these 8-9 men from getting on. Nobody out in the 8th. Pirates up 2. And the 1-1. Ball looped into right. Down for a hit. Streaking to 3rd. Marte gets in there. And the 2 hitters in front of the big boppers get on. De La Cruz coming up with 2 on and nobody out.
Yeah, nothing you do about that. Made a good pitch. Unfortunately, the thing went down well below the zone. 87-mile-per-hour slider. He just stuck his bat out and just dropped it down the right field line. Now 1st and 3rd at top of the lineup. Eli De La Cruz up. And Dotel has shown well to pick up these type of innings and find a way to get out of damage. This is going to be a challenge for him now at the top of this lineup.
De La Cruz 1 out of 2. 2 walks and a triple. 1st and 3rd. The rookie Dotel ready. The pitch. Swinging a foul back. Trying to preserve this 8th inning, get a hold. Maybe it's Montgomery for the 9th. That would be how they would probably game plan it.
Yeah, it's just damage control at this point. You almost just want to make sure that man at first base, that's the one you care about more than anything. Right now, just get the outs.
Here's the pitch. Left it way up. Fastball at 99. It's 1-1 on Eli De La Cruz. Now, you wouldn't think so, but he'll ground into a double play every now and then, as fast as he is.
Hits the ball so hard.
I was just going to say. First and 3rd, nobody out. 1-1. And a strike call. The ball looked to be inside.
That was a good pitch, too. You like to see the location. I mean, the intent with the pitch is the one that matters. 1st and 3rd, you want to jam up Eli De La Cruz. Don't let him get those long arms extended.
Pirates get a break on that call. It's 1-2. 7-5 Pirates in the 8th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on an away slider. Wilbur Dotel strikes out Ellie De La Cruz. One away in the 8th.
Yeah, nice pitch. All set up by the good call for the fastball in off the plate, that they got the call. And it goes with that backdoor slider on the edge. All Ellie De La Cruz is thinking, how do I get to this good fastball in? Dotel lands that backdoor slider for that strikeout, swing and miss.
Not in the clear yet. Sal Stewart coming up. Davis coming to the mound to chat. Stewart tied for the most RBIs in baseball. He had a 2-run home run off Skeens in the 4th. Kelly came on and offered 3 scoreless innings. And now 1st and 3rd, 1 out with Stewart coming up. Bill Murphy is the Pirates pitching coach. Wears number 51. He's wearing his uniform top tonight. Didn't realize he got David Bednar's old number. And so he's on his way out. Now, could Sal Stewart ground into a 3rd double play tonight?
The answer is yes.
And now a mound visit here. The 3rd base umpire Dan Merzel also came over after the plate umpire Dan Bellino came up to break the conversation. He and Bill Murphy are talking right now as he's trying to say, you know, hey, pick up the pace a little bit or something like that, I presume. And Murphy seemed amenable to it. So.
Well, the crew chief just got through mentioning something. I do not know what he signaled for right there, but they are definitely irritated with what just transpired. Hopefully that does not play into the rest of this inning.
1st and 3rd, 1 out for Sal Stewart. Wilbur Dotel, the right-hander, delivers. Swinging a ball hit into right, base hit. Marte in to score. Streaking to 3rd, McLean. He's going to be waved home. Relay from Lau. It's way offline. And the Reds tie the game as Stewart scampers into 2nd on the throw. 2-run single. We're tied at 7. 84 RBIs for Sal Stewart. What an incredible rookie season.
Yeah, that was a big hit for Sal Stewart here for the Reds. And Jake Mangum did a nice job of getting to the ball. Slid down to, but then when just threw off his back foot just to get the ball on its way back to the cutoff man. And that wasn't a strong throw to Brandon Lau. And that's what enabled the 3rd base coach for the Reds to wave the runner on. Brandon Lau made a nice strong throw, but again, the Pirates now back in a situation where you have a tie ball game with the man on 2nd base. Go ahead run, and Don Kelly has seen enough.
So Dotel allows hits to 3 of the 4 that he faces here in the 8th inning. And again, the residual effects of a bullpen game yesterday. The Pirates electing to go with that bullpen game yesterday. Don't have all the arms available today. And now they're going to bring in Mason Montgomery in a tie game with the go-ahead run at 2nd and 1 out in the 8th. We're back after this here on the Pirates Radio Network.
PNC Bank believes
you could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
It's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the second fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
2 down for Matt Olson. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. Matt Olson drives it out to center. Thomas is back. Is it above the yellow line? It is, and it's a solo homer for Matt Olson to get the party started in the desert on this Thursday night.
Again, where do you want this pitch? You want it in the bottom half of the zone. That's where that 4-seam fastball was. That allows Matt Olson to get the barrel to it, and he smoked it.
Calendar-wise, in 76 years. And that's not for the Reds, that's for everybody. There's a strike. Not since the days of Al Rosen or Walt Dropo. So, no win for Kelly tonight. He deserved it. Pirates surrender the lead 3 different times tonight. First time since May 10th in San Francisco that they've done that. 0-1 from Montgomery. Swing and a foul tip. 2 strikes on Bleday. So now Donnie Kelly using Montgomery for the 8th inning yesterday and Soto for the 9th, but limiting Montgomery to the bottom of the order and limiting him to 1 inning. Said he thought about it, using him for a 2nd inning. Of course, you could flip-flop he and Soto. That was debated as well. A lot to talk about after the game last night, inside 1 and 2. But keeping Montgomery to a single inning last night did enable him to be available tonight, after the Pirates again elected to use a bullpen game yesterday in an effort to give their pitchers more rest. Swinging a foul back. Skeens went 4 innings today, threw 100 pitches, and gave up 5 runs.
That is not how they designed it. You got Paul Skeens, right? He saw Young Award winner pitching after that bullpen day, if you will. You would like to get something better performance-wise than that, but now the Pirates set in this position, see if they can execute.
1-2, a little flare on a hop to short. Triolo just into the game there. We'll flip it on to first for out number 2. Stewart advances to 3rd. And now it's Tyler Stevenson who had a run-scoring double back in the 1st. The Reds have tied it at 7 here in the 8th inning. Montgomery trying to put out the Flames.
Yeah, speaking of Flames, he's continued to just lay that fastball in there. There's an intentional walk. Look like they're going to walk Stevenson. And now to face Nathaniel Lowe. And so once again, Mason Montgomery gets another left-on-left matchup.
And Lowe is 2 for 22 against lefties, but got 3 at-bats against lefties last night, which he seldom does. I mean, only 22 at-bats all year. Didn't face Montgomery, though. The pitch. Fouled away, strike 1. His little bouncer off Soto won the game, even though it was just a fielder's choice. It won the game for Cincinnati last night. Soto has pitched in 3 out of 4. Ramirez and Majinski and Murdoch likely down. Kelly and Dotel have already been used tonight. Montgomery is on here. The pitch. Ball hit on the ground to 3rd. Nick Gonzalez waiting to throw to second base instead of just throwing to first, and that's going to allow the Reds to take the lead. What's he doing? And Lau's just, not thinking he's going to throw to second, because no one ever throws to second in that scenario. And the Reds have then 8-7 lead. What's going on?
Wow. That is just a bad play by Nick Gonzalez. Just the game sped up on him. Not recognizing with Lau up at the plate that with Lowe up to the plate, Brandon Lau is playing on the other side. He's playing left-hander to pull. He's nowhere near to covering the base in that situation.
Just throw to first, the inning's over, and try to get a force. They want a pinch runner. Ivan Johnson will run for Lowe at second base. Stevenson gets all the way to 3rd. Stewart scores. If Nick Gonzalez does what every third baseman's ever done forever and just throw the ball to first base, the inning ends and we're tied. Instead, now the Reds have an 8-7 lead. The run is charged to Dotel. And the pitch is a strike to Brian Hayes, who will bat here. He was put in for defense last inning. Hayes hitting at 142. It's the lowest batting average by a Red since 1891. Swing and a twisting foul ball right side, and now 2 strikes. 8-7 Cincinnati. Unforced error.
Well, Mason Montgomery has to absolutely regain his composure and make sure he punches out here. Try to get out of this inning. That ball's taken down, make the count 1-2, but that is a tough one there for a pitcher. When you get the ground ball you want, you get the matchup you want, and then you have a mental error made by Nick Gonzalez.
Pitch, swing and a foul. I don't know if I've ever seen that election before by third baseman.
And it's just, again, the game speeds up on him at third base at times. It's not realizing that Brandon Lau is going to be playing in that hole with the left-handed hitter. So that ball was hit so hard, it got in his glove so quick.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He goes upstairs to fan Brian Hayes. The Reds take the lead on a foible, a mistake. And now we'll go to the ninth. Pirates need a run to stay alive. Otherwise, it's the Reds winning 2 straight. 8-7 Cincinnati, 9th coming up on the Pirates Radio Network.
From the ultra-fast charging capability and long range of the Ioniq 5 to the super powerful Ioniq.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits 2 defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good, right through the flying uprights.
Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman.
People would love this if we did Lady and the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and dead on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake.
Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play. Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena! Superman catch! What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it! Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon. How about that?
Third to second instead of third to first. Allows the Reds to have the lead. So they'll go with their closer, Emilio Pagan, here for the ninth. Valdez, O'Hearn, and Nick Gonzalez. Pirates get a run. They keep it going. And Pagan delivers. Valdez swings and soars it in the air to center. But Myers underneath it. 1 pitch and 1 out for Pagan. Pirates had 3 separate leads, including again up by 2 runs before the Reds at bat in the 8th. They've lost 14 times this year when having a 2-run lead at any point in the game. When you have it in the 8th, you feel pretty good, but the Pirates' 3 runs in the top half were matched by the Reds. Here's O'Hearn against the righty. 1 long ball can tie it. There's a strike, and O'Hearn will challenge this.
Yeah, I'm challenging it from here.
Previous pitch is a strike. The batter has challenged.
That was a nice effect, too, by you tapping yourself on your head.
I did.
Yeah.
Pitch is the ball. Pittsburgh retains.
I would like the umpire to say the pitch is really a ball. It was almost 3 inches off the plate.
That might be the most egregious one I've seen. O'Hearn in 3 career at-bats has homered off Pagan. And his 1-0. Down and away. 2 balls and nothing. 8-7 Cincinnati. The Reds walked off the Pirates last night. Again, another 1-run game. The Reds' last place team had only won 8 games against the division all year prior to last night. The pitch. And it's inside 3-0. Now they've won 9, and 4 of them are against the Pirates. You know, if they miss the playoffs by a couple of games, 3 games, they'll say, well, if we just played better against the Reds.
Not only that.
Wow.
Not only that.
Here's a 3-0 pitch. Swinging a high chopper onto second. Tough hop. McLean stabs at it. Fields throws. Got him.
Oh, no.
And now O'Hearn is coming up gimpy after something with his leg.
Yeah, that looked like the groin there. Oh, man.
Oh, man. That's right. And Donnie Kelly, Joel Harris, assistant athletic trainer, out. Tarek Brock is holding on to Ryan O'Hearn so he can try to keep some weight off of one of his legs to add injury to insult. I feel so bad for Ryan O'Hearn, one of the heartbeats of this team.
Oh, man. Not a big blow. There it is.
He is being helped off the field so he can. He's trying to keep, which leg is it? One of his legs.
Yeah, it's the left leg.
Yeah, trying to keep the left leg from having pressure on it.
This has been the story of the Pirates' first half. Now going into the second half of the season, it's just these injuries to everyday position players. And Ryan O'Hearn, a 3-0 count, looking to get a pitch out over the plate. Obviously, hitting that ground ball to second base and just hustling down the line just to make sure nothing else, do that part. And right about a third of the way from first base, you can see him pull up, and that's just a tough one. That's going to be a big blow to this Pirates offense.
Yeah, the Pirates were without him for 2 weeks with a quad strain back in May. Remember, they thought he might be out for 4 weeks, and he was able to somehow make his way back very quickly. Hoping for the best for Ryan O'Hearn, leaving the game with injury. Now it's Nick Gonzalez. Pirates need a run. They're down 8-7 in the ninth. 2 outs, nobody on. It's down low for ball 1. Pirates took a 7-5 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. And it was Gonzalez's play to go to second with no one immediately there to cover, instead of what 9,999 times out of 10,000 you just go across the diamond to first.
Yeah, especially the slow running Nathaniel Lowe. I mean,
he's just jogging up first. 1-0, swinging a foul back. Now Gonzalez, the Pirates are not here in this position without his bat. He had a 2-run single in the first inning and singled and came around to score part of that 3-run 8th inning. Trying to keep this game alive right now with 2 outs. Pirates down a run in the 9th, the 1-1, and it hit him. Breaking ball came inside and hit him, and Gonzalez, the tying run, is on here with 2 outs for Endy Rodriguez coming up.
Yeah, and Endy Rodriguez gets to hit from that left side of the plate, picking up a big hit his last time on the right side of his first right-handed hit of the season, but this is the one where he feels a lot more comfortable and a lot more power. So again, in this 1-run game here, Endy Rodriguez has a chance, maybe split the gap, and with the speed of Gonzalez, I'm sure we'll be able to score from first base.
Pagan comes to the set, and the pitch, it's up high for ball 1 to Endy Rodriguez. Pirates trail 8-7, 2 outs in the 9th.
Well, if he hits an extra base hit, it's going to have to be in left center or right center, because J.J. Bleday is literally 2 steps from the warning track in left field.
A 1-0. Endy Rodriguez takes low, and it'll be challenged by Stevenson.
Previous pitch is a ball. The catcher has challenged.
Risking the final challenge available to the Reds.
Pitch is a strike. Cincinnati retains.
And that'll make it a 1-1 count. Gonzalez, the tying run at first with 2 outs. Pirates trail 8-7 in the 9th. Emilio Pagan, the Reds closer, is on. 1-1 on Andy Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. That splitter down and in 1-2. The Reds walked off the Pirates last night. Cellar dwellers of the Central trying to make it 2 in a row against the Bucks. 1-2 from Pagan. And he's able to hold off of that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Indy. Long ball puts the Pirates in the lead. Gapper ties this game. Pagan ready on 2-2. And here it is. High 3-2. If Rodriguez can get on, that would push the tying run into scoring position. Jared Triolo waits next.
3-2 count with 2 outs. More importantly, Nick Gonzalez gets a running start, so it's going to help out a lot if Andy Rodriguez can find some outfield grass.
Here's the payoff. Strike 3 call, and Rodriguez has to challenge, otherwise the game's over.
Previous pitch is a strike. The batter has challenged.
And if this call is confirmed, then the game's over. It's over.
Pitch is a strike. The game is over.
The Pirates have lost a pair of 1-run games in Cincinnati. 8-7 tonight. And the Pirates are now under 500 as their wild card hopes dim somewhat as the calendar turns to August tomorrow.
You get through July, and unfortunately, the Pirates drop in July to, like you said, Joe, below 500 for the first time in a while. And more importantly, Ryan O'Hearn, you turn your attention to him. It's just such a big part of this Pirates leadership group on the field and the clubhouse. And now you have to answer in August as we get closer to the trade deadline and figure out what is to come of the month of August for this Pittsburgh Pirates team.
Well, it's a couple of wins for the Reds in the series. They take it down 8-7 here tonight. We got the post-game show after this on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
There's a shot deep to left, way back, kiss it, goodbye, home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not miss.
Back on the postgame show from Cincinnati, an 8-7